I gotta change my background.
It's me. Aren't you home? You're not home, right?
No, I'm not home.
Yeah.
Why is it not working?
I need the background.
I got something for your background coming, Andre.
Okay. Oh, we are streamed. We're live. Okay.
Oh,
What's up, everybody? Thank you for joining the Boardman Gets Paid podcast. I'm your host, Andre Lindo. Today, we got someone new. Today, we got Shamar, my old friend from high school, good friend, basketball player as well. Shamar, introduce yourself.
What's up, Raptor fans? My name is Shamar, aka Shamar Marshall. I'm on the gram as Shamar Marshall or Shamar Marshall Design. Make the best Ludi boards around. Come check me.
I'm gonna just tell you though, Shamar, this year, Ludi's gonna be like taking off again because I'm bringing it to my other cousin's house. And then we also got.
Don't worry, I'm ready for you guys.
We also got regular Sheldon. Sheldon, what's up, bro? How you doing?
What's going on, man? I'm good, bro. I'm good. Okay. Chilling. Ready to pod, man. Let's do it.
Let's do it. Okay, let's fight him. Perfect. All right. So today we're going to be talking about the Raptors, our dear team. They had a 2-game stretch where they went 0-2. It was very sad as we can. But me, you know me.
Do we say 0-2 or do we say 1-1?
I don't know. We didn't do any predictions this year.
No, we didn't. Yeah, we didn't do
because we didn't know there was a second game. So we didn't even do any predictions. So let me see. 1 second. I want to understand my virtual background is not working. There we go. Perfect. Okay, cool. So let's go over the Nets game. That was the first game of the week. Raptors lost to the Nets.
Yep.
Sorry, not the Nets. Let's go with the Bulls game. Sorry. Bulls game. This game was interesting because the Raptors actually were pretty good, especially in that third and fourth quarter. This is actually one of the quarters that the Raptors actually went with Jamal Shed for like the entire fourth quarter. I was so happy with Darko's decision to kind of let him play and learn and in these like certain moments. But the game kind of got away from them, especially in that third quarter. The Bulls actually scored 42 points in that fourth quarter, but we talk about this again. I wanted to show you guys the 3-pointers. The Bulls shot 43 pointers, bro. 43 pointers to our 26.
Yeah.
I don't know if this is the type of basketball you like or anyone else likes, but let's go to Sheldon first. What do you think about this game, first of all, and then we could talk about this.
So for me, watching this game, it was like one of those games where the teams came out super flat, or the Raptors actually came out super flat. No one had energy in this first half. Like, you're watching the game, it's like dragging your feet type of thing, right? Like, guys are trying to play, but they're not really giving their best. You know what I mean? Like, It was one of those games. And credit to the Bulls. I think the Raptors were kind of looking at it like, the Bulls aren't that good. But on the contrary, the Bulls came out pretty strong, man. And, took a big lead, especially in that third quarter. The Raptors were really missing Scotty this game, man. You could tell the ball was sticking a lot. Players are just playing in the mud. And then the threes. Like, this new NBA thing with the 100 3-pointers, I hate looking at it because there's a lot of guys that are shooting threes that are not 3-point shooters.
They shouldn't be shooting three. And it's interesting. They're the second most. They take the second most threes in the NBA.
That's nuts. And name a shooter on the Bulls? You know what I mean?
No, nobody.
On the Bulls. Anyways, man. Yeah, that's it was a tough game to watch, but we'll get into Jamal Shed in that fourth quarter later, I guess. But,
Shamar, what do you think? What was your kind of thoughts on this game?
For me, this I don't like the games are all muffled, and then you got the NBA Cup in there a little bit. This game feels like so long ago.
Yeah.
But for me, I just remember as I see THT, I was like, THT's on the Bulls. Where did he come from?
Right,
all of a sudden?
Bro, where did he? What did he? Who worked him out? Like, he turned into a football player. Like,
look at him, bro.
The man looks tick. Like,
he had some notion, bro.
For real, that was my surprise of the game. I was like, "What? Okay,
Yeah.
cool." Um,
Yep.
but
Exactly.
real quick, was this the game that Jakob like didn't start, came in like 2 minutes later because of
Yes.
back spasm?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
That was
yeah,
weird. He was supposed to be out, and then he
Okay,
all of a sudden came
right.
back. I don't know.
yeah.
All
They
right.
got
So
injured.
Shells, you're right. This game
Yeah.
felt weird from the beginning, and that was part
Mhm.
of it because it was like, is it was it just the back spasm you were just caught up in? And if so,
Mm,
if it was that bad for you to not start, how you in the game 2 minutes later?
yeah,
Right. So for
yeah,
me, that was that question.
yeah.
Um, and then I just remember watching this game, and it felt like one of those old school, like back in the day before the 5 seasons of 50 wins Raptor games where in the third quarter something's gonna go wrong.
Yeah, yeah,
We call it the fake comeback.
yeah.
Yeah, they
It
come
just
back and just like, eh,
I watched I was
like
watching it and they were in the game
Yeah.
score wise, but they weren't really like in the game. So I was just
They
waiting
never
for
felt
something to
like they
kind of
were really
happen.
playing. Yeah, for sure.
yeah,
And
the,
like this like the third quarter was the third quarter again.
yeah,
And that it's always like I'm always like kind of like proud of the Raptors a little bit. Like, yeah, they're hanging in there, they're hanging in games. And then every once in a while, you get a quarter like that, and you want to just like walk away. And then you end up with a score like this, and it feels
A
like they
one
were in
point
the
game.
game.
and it wasn't like that. That's the thing.
Yeah,
The Bulls had this game all the way through up until
yeah.
like the
Yeah.
last minutes of the fourth quarter. And one thing I did notice, right? Like if you look at the plus minuses, like Mobile, a
Hmm.
rookie, +8. RJ Barrett, again, remember we talked about this. When
It's an
RJ
offset,
Barrett's
man.
yeah,
It's an offset.
RJ, look at this, 32 points, but a +1.
+1.
That
Yeah.
means he's not defending, bro.
Oh, he was on the floor when they're giving them buckets, but he's
Yeah,
giving it back.
32
Right?
points, 9 assists, 5 rebounds, and you're a +1. How is
Yeah.
that possible?
Yeah.
How is that even possible, bro?
Well,
I play no
Um,
defense.
it was kind of like Cat in his first 2 weeks or first 2 weeks of
Mm,
games. He was
yeah,
killing him, but his defenders were like 95% against him.
yeah, yeah.
that's true.
What's the point?
Right. So it's
It's like
like
Yeah.
it's like
that's why I think
yeah,
he
it's
needs
like
to come
you're
off the bench,
scoring this
bro.
much, but yeah.
That's why I feel like RJ
Ooh.
Barrett skill set should be that he should come off the bench. I honest to God believe that because
Mm,
when you're not producing defensively, it hurts the starting lineup. It hurts the last few minutes of the game.
so
He
question.
yeah,
Sorry, Clay, but question. If he goes to the bench, sorry. If he goes to the bench, right? Like what kind of talent are we putting in there to replace that 32 points, right? Like
I'm just looking underneath
if
the thing.
if
You
if
know,
we have like say we draft a good player next year and we're trying to win, right? Like do we put him to the bench to make him a six man, or
yeah.
do we keep him in the starting line? Like what do we do? Do we
Okay,
keep him here to tank
it's
or like
okay.
what?
So let's say
Mm,
like I'm gonna say Cooper Flag. Okay, Cooper Flag is a plus
Sure,
defender. Okay,
sure.
if Cooper Flag scores 15 points and
Mm,
defends and only has 5 points on him, that's still better than that's not what a +10, right?
about
That's
10 or
still
so.
better than RJ, right? I
Sure.
know RJ brings like you know levels to the game, and
Yeah.
his offensive level. But the problem is that you're giving up the same right on the other end. So it's almost like there's no point of him even
True.
being on the court. But
That's
if
true.
you have him in short spurts, very
Hmm.
similar like a Jamal Crawford, he actually doesn't
Hmm.
have to worry about defense as much as possible. You put him with defenders on a second unit and let him just go to bat and then hide him in the defense. So it's got to be something like that because you can't be having this guy out there, especially in critical
Yeah.
moments. And like when I saw Brady defending today's game, he was defending. I forgot what player he was defending, and he stood his ground. He stood up. He's attacking defensively. He's trying out there. Yes, he
He's
might
a
not be
defender.
the best
He's an
defender.
underrated defender, in my
Yeah,
opinion.
but he is.
Agreed.
He's
He's gotten
actually
better.
he's trying.
Oh,
Yo, my
he's
man
not.
Barrett does not
I
try.
hear you.
Oh, not again.
doing it again, man. Jesus.
Yo, come in and come back out, Sheldon. It's got to be on your side.
Mark, can you hear him?
I can hear him. I can hear him.
Oh, I can't hear you now. See?
Come back and come back in,
Me,
Sheldon.
man. It's me, bro. Let me refresh. Hold on.
Sometimes it
Denver
goes.
down 4 in the fourth quarter.
Okay, cool. But yeah, I'm sorry, Shamar. Did you have anything to say about what I was saying about RJ coming off the bench?
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard because you want to
Yeah.
see him succeed. You want to see him, especially with
Mhm.
the hometown kid and all that other side of it. You
Yeah.
want to see him do well, but I don't know. You might be right. He might be better as like a dominant sixth man.
Yeah.
I think you guys were talking about that last time. And him just coming off the bench and holding it down with the second unit a little bit.
Yeah.
But the question is like, who are you going to put in his spot?
Mhm. I think this is
Like
more of a future thing.
We don't have somebody yet
Hmm.
who you could be like, yeah, put in front of RJ, no problem. And like nobody's really gonna care, nobody's really gonna mind. We don't have somebody like that yet.
Nah.
So yeah, I
To
think
me,
if we
to me,
solve that
Shamar,
problem, then yeah, maybe.
To me, Shamar, I don't think that's something we need to do this year. Like this year is supposed to be a development year, and to see what we got, and
Yeah.
let's continue that. But I'm thinking more in the future. Like if we say draft a Cooper Flag or Ace Bailey, there's no way in hell they're not starting.
So I have a question for you, Drake, because you're
Yeah.
really stuck on this Flag thing.
Yeah.
If we strike out on Flag or Bailey,
Mhm.
who's your third, fourth, fifth option?
Dylan Harper,
Okay.
VJ Edgecombe. There's a ton of players, bro.
Okay.
There's like I'm telling you right now, this draft is crazy.
'Cause I'm still not. I still don't believe we're getting the number one pick, but
Hey,
who
as long
knows?
as it's top four, VJ Edgecombe is the guy that I've been kind of like dreaming about.
Yeah.
Dylan Harper, same thing.
Yeah.
No, pause.
I was like, go ahead.
But
Don't do
Dylan
that,
Harper,
man.
no. Shamar,
Don't do that.
Dylan Harper, okay,
Yeah.
6'6" point guard,
Yeah.
can shoot, can defend, and can score. Like this is what I'm talking about. I like big guards. Pause.
Right.
Okay, I like those things.
Well, again, are we gonna draft another point guard though? Like, even though you say
Yes,
6'6",
yes,
why?
yes.
Why?
Because
Tell me why.
you get the best player in the draft, regardless.
Okay, sure. No, but I'm saying if you're drafting for a position, are you still gonna go for a point guard? Like if he's available,
Okay,
or
so
is it strictly just like the best talent?
the best talent, no matter what.
Okay, sure.
You would figure it out. He's 6'6". You could play him beside Quickly if necessary.
Okay.
Play him at the two. It's like
Okay.
because Quickly can't defend. Like point of attack defense was the thought that we had when we got him.
Well,
And
we
he
haven't had him
cannot.
for long enough to even like see him play.
But there's
Enough.
a reason why he didn't start in New York.
No, they
Like,
had Brunson, man. They're not gonna play him over Brunson. No way.
yeah, but
He's like-
he was there before Brunson as well.
He was young though. He's young. You gotta give guys time to grow, right? Like
Hey,
I can't.
you can figure these young guys out, especially if they can play defense or not within the first
You talking
couple.
about RJ?
No,
You talking about RJ?
Quickly.
no, Quickly.
Yeah.
Quickly.
Oh, quickly. Okay, that's
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. So
I think we need quickly back. I think we need
Yeah.
we miss quickly right now.
Yeah, we gotta see.
I think so. Anyways, that's
You
enough. That's about the game. Another player. Yes, let's talk about Jamal Shed in that fourth quarter.
Yes.
So
Yes.
Darko refused to play the guy. He had a lot of DNPs, and then he just played him in the fourth quarter and let him play out the whole
So
quarter.
wait,
12
I'm
minutes.
not sure if it's true. Was he in the 905?
Yeah, he
That
goes back
week?
and forth.
So maybe I don't know if maybe he was in 905 that week. You probably give him a breather, but I don't know. I haven't checked the stats, but
Yeah,
because that could
sure.
happen sometimes, right? Like if he played 905, I'm not gonna double up.
Yes,
on it.
he's done it though. He's played with both
Yeah?
times, and played in both games on the
Okay.
same day. So
Got
he
it.
has been getting DNPs because
Yeah.
Davion Mitchell was back.
I remember seeing him drop like 20 and whatever it was, 20 and like 8 in the 905, like some big wins down there, and he came back up. So I'm not sure if that was the case of why he didn't play him, but clearly we needed him this game because like he was
Yeah.
going off.
But why didn't he play in the first quarter, second quarter, third quarter? I don't know.
Who
But
knows?
that fourth quarter, like he
Amazing.
was, plus 10 points in the quarter. It's one quarter, eh? 10
Mhm.
points in the quarter and 6 assists in one quarter. And then he hit that big three at the end.
Yeah. Yo,
Like,
when I seen the highlights, I'm like, this is a smart point guard because you're
Mhm.
getting the ball to your shooters, right? Like at least 4 shot plays I've seen him get the ball to Grady like on a scramble play, and I'm like, bro, you are a smart guard because if I'm looking to get assists, or I'm looking to get points on the board, I'm hitting Grady every time,
so that's another
every
thing
single time.
that we've been talking about, especially when when Scotty and quickly come back, is how
Yeah,
is Grady going to get the ball? How's Grady going to get the ball? And Jamal Shed
yeah,
knows how to get players the ball.
for sure.
He is like it was like it's almost like Kyle Lowry, because Kyle Lowry, remember when he used to play, he
Yeah,
used to kind of like make sure he gets his
the guy's
teammates
going.
involved, get them going. He
Yeah,
was trying. Even Joe Grady went 9 for 20. I'm telling you right now, this guy can shoot, and he knew to get him the ball. But again, Jamal Shed 4 for 4, 2 for 2 from 3-point range. Right? He says he's not a shooter,
it's
yet
12
it's
minutes.
12 minutes.
Crazy.
All fourth quarter.
Yeah.
Darko, I couldn't believe it. Darko never took him out. Fourth quarter.
Why would
Uh,
you?
Darko took Scotty Barnes out in the fourth quarter
Hmm.
when we were up and we were losing, and he waited till like the 1 minute mark. Never mind. Not. I'm not cussing about the coach. I'm not cussing. Okay, Shamar, what do you remember about the Jamal Shed kind of situation? How did you feel about that?
Jamal Shed is like reminds me of that one Raptor we have every year who we want to see more of, but unfortunately we can't because the coach is just holding them back for whatever reason. There just always seems to be one player who we
Yeah.
want to see on the court every year, but he
Facts.
never touches the floor. But whenever he touches the floor,
Yeah,
it's like magic, right? It's like, oh, this
Yeah.
is what we want. But then we never see him.
it's a good point.
Koloko was that guy
Mhm.
for a
Uh,
little while, and when
James
he was
Johnson.
hurt, right? I don't even remember guys we've had, but like he just seems like that guy. We need to see more of him. I
Hmm.
suspect we will. I feel like the tank is on. Unfortunately, I don't want it to be. I'm not on Team Tank. I'd rather, for me, you don't gain experience in purposely losing and trying to
Thank
lose.
you.
I'd rather
Thank
there
you.
mm,
try to win.
Yes.
I'd rather see
okay.
them try to win games and then lose in that effort
Right. Right.
versus
Yes,
going
I
out
agree
there
with that.
trying to lose.
Right.
Mhm.
Right.
Right, if you're gonna tank, like tank with pride. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
True.
Don't go
True.
out there and
True.
shoot yourself in the foot.
Which is
Aim
what the
for the
Raptors
sky
have been
and wait
doing,
for the
though.
bullet to come down and hit you.
Right, Shamar? Like this
So
is what they have been
what's up?
doing, right? I think this is what they've been doing, though. They've had like the closest games every single time, like
Yeah, the
down the
Raptors. Yeah,
stretch.
yeah,
They
for
just
sure.
can't
For sure.
execute because someone name. Never mind.
Oh,
Yeah,
the experience is
I
not there. Let's not do that. We're not putting it all on Darko, man. Come on.
we
see.
have veterans on our
I'm glad
team,
you
man.
said that though. I'm glad you said that though. And like for me, as like I coach soccer, I coach kids soccer growing up in
Yeah.
whatever we could coach.
Hmm.
Um, and like as a coach, you could tell your players stuff, you can teach them stuff, but like it's up to them to do it in the game. Now, with that being said, if a player has a certain amount of respect for you,
Hmm.
he'll at least try it.
Yeah, for sure.
They
Let
will
me
at
ask you a
least
question as a
give it an
coach,
effort.
Shamar. Let me just okay.
Right? So hold on
I'm
one second.
just one more.
Hold on one second. Hold
Oh
on a
my
second.
god.
So like today in today's game, Scotty
Mhm.
down the stretch, like I'm sure the coach isn't just gonna be like, yeah, Scotty, go do your thing. Whatever. I'm sure there was
Right.
something drawn up. But my man Scotty's just going at it like he's Juggernaut trying to break through a brick wall.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like
Okay.
and also my only thing here is like, come on, Scotty, you don't have a go-to move. You don't have a cross right, left, pull up, step back. Scotty just beats into the wall. He's basically RJ, but on the right side.
Yeah.
He's basically
Yes,
RJ, but on
but
the right side.
okay, Shamar, I want to eat through this stuff. Like I'm ready
Okay,
because
go.
let me ask you
Go,
something.
go.
You
ISO.
have no, I'm not icing myself, but because I can't, I told you I'm not going after the coach this year. I'm trying my best. Okay, but say you have a really good talent, guy can score, soccer
Mhm.
soccer player,
Mhm.
he can score. Like like when I say striker, when I say striker, I mean Kareem level strike. Kareem is his
Yeah.
brother. Okay,
Okay.
Yeah.
would you, as a coach, put him as a sweeper?
Never. Not unless we're up
Thank
seven
you, thank
nothing.
you. I was like, where would you want to put him? Wouldn't you want to put him in the position where his skill sets would strive?
Yeah, optimally, yeah.
You wouldn't put him in as a center mid because you know he doesn't handle the ball
Again,
very well.
I wouldn't do it unless we were up really big or losing
Mhm.
really big, and I wanted to show him a different look. But in the game, in the moment, 90% of the time, no, he's playing where he needs
Every,
to be playing,
and Shamar,
where
would
he
you call
should be
yourself?
playing.
Would you think of yourself as a professional coach?
Not at all.
That's all
That's
I'm
hate.
saying. That's it.
That's hate.
No,
Don't do that.
no, no.
That's hate. Don't do that.
It's not it because
Don't
he
do
does
that.
this all the time with.
Come on.
Anyway, okay. I'm a reserve. So Shamar said it. Shamar said he would not put his player, his best player, in a position to fail. He put him in the position to score.
Yeah, but
Right?
again, he said like if you can always drop a play, but if that player just wants to go do his own thing, like call his own number, like you saw that Gilbert Arenas clip. I don't know if you guys saw it. I
Yeah.
saw it today scrolling. He's like, "Yo, these coaches are stupid because the play might be drawn up for me, but when I get the ball, I'm gonna think, what can I do to make a play?" Right? They told a story like there was a play set up for like when it was on the Wizards to get the ball and like I guess hit the cutter or some nonsense. Gil's like, yo, I got the ball and I forgot the rest of the play, and I just went for my bucket, and he scored the game winner. Right? So it's like you can coach all you want,
Hold
drop
on.
your post,
Hold on.
but
Let
your
me
players
hold
still
on.
got to play the game, right?
Okay. Okay. Right?
I
Who
know you
got the
hate
ball?
Darko.
No. Who got the ball though?
Yeah, but the play was to
Who
swing
got
the
the
ball.
goddamn ball, bro? Who got it? All
Gilbert
right.
got the ball,
That's
but the point is
okay. So
that was a
what?
part of the play.
Okay, I'm just
Part of
saying.
the play.
When you get like okay, if Gilbert got the ball in a post, do you
I'm
think
gonna
that would
find
be
it.
more effective or not?
No, okay.
No,
So see, you're missing the point. The
no,
coach
no,
drew
I'm
up the
not
play
missing the
with
point.
Gilbert in mind to
Yes,
catch the ball and
because
swing it, and he didn't
Oh,
swing it. He
damn it.
got the ball. He's like, "Yo, I'm
why
on
would he
ISO."
swing it? Have you seen Gilbert play?
What
Bro,
happened?
but that's on the coach. Oh shoot! I
Shamar,
need
you
video.
disappeared, yo.
You cut your
It
video. What happened?
disappeared, yo.
Oh shit!
Come
Did you
back and come back
You
in.
Google?
Same link.
did you
Oh
plug
man.
something out?
I don't know what happened.
Um. Anyways,
I
we're
can
gonna
still
move
hear.
on to the next. Yeah, I can still hear you. Can you
Yeah,
still
we can
hear
hear you.
us?
Hold on. I'll be back. One second.
Okay.
I'm gonna
We'll
find
go to
that
the
clip.
next game. But I know what you're saying, but it's not true. Gilbert is an a-hole. You can't allow um a-holes to talk. Like he's too much, bro. Anyways, moving on, we're gonna go to the second game. That was tonight's game. If you guys are watching, actually it's Thursday. The Raptors played the Brooklyn Nets.
Yes.
This game, I was on and off watching this game, but man,
Before you
this
continue,
game, yeah,
are the Nets our rivals? Because I seen the what was it, Sportsnet? They're running some promo today talking about the history of the Nets and all that stuff. Are they
yes,
our
they are.
rivals?
I would say so.
Yeah.
You know how many
Do
times we
we have
played them in
enough
the
history?
playoffs?
Huh?
We played them so many times in the playoffs, bro.
I think yeah, about 3-4 times, right?
Yeah,
The we played
and
our
they beaten
first
us
official
every time.
game.
I think.
Our first official game as a Raptor. No, we swept them that year in the bubble. That was 2020. No, we
But
swept them.
yeah, but we lost the Vince Carter one. We lost to. You
Yeah,
remember? There's
the
too many.
Kevin Garnett. I know. But I'm saying like they were running the promo talking about how the Nets have
Hey,
all
that
this
looks
history.
sick.
Oh shoot, what's that?
Hold on, let me.
That's hard.
Shamar does 3D printing. Let me
Really?
yeah, Shamar does
Well, let
some
me get
good
no
things.
ideas, bro.
Hold on, let me see if I can.
Gotta ISO him, man.
Oh, yeah,
Check
Get it.
it.
there it is. Look at yo,
Oh.
that's sick, bro.
So wait, what material is that?
Plastic.
Really? Oh, I'm gonna need one of those.
Shoot. Yeah,
So-
set us one of those. All right.
you got a keychain too?
Yeah, but
No,
Okay,
I'm not getting
Shamar,
it.
set us those, yo. Tell me how much it costs, and I'm gonna
How
buy them.
big can you blow that up? Like,
well, this is the big one. I can go a little bit bigger on my print bed, but this is actually 1 second. Hold on.
And those are watching, you got to follow Shamar Marshall. He does some great stuff when it comes to 3D printing. He's an artist there, but the Ludi boards is what got me. I bought a Ludi board off of him, so it was really cool. If you guys are,
Yeah. That's about as big as I went thicker on this one just because I
Right.
didn't know how. But this one's
Oh,
prime.
tell me
Yeah,
how
I'm
much
gonna-
it costs, Shamar. How
yeah,
much
I'm
does
gonna
it
need one of
cost? What
those,
are you
bro.
thinking?
I'm gonna need
What am
one
I
of those.
thinking?
Let's give the people the
Pricing
price,
right
and then
now.
you give us our price.
Yeah. And then put the link in the description.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
what
yeah.
we'll do.
Alright.
All right,
Keychains
let's get
coming up.
into the
Keychains.
next
I'll
game
put that
since
right here.
yeah.
Yeah, right here.
Oh, that would
Right?
be sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
All right, next game. We were just talking about the Brooklyn Nets. Shamar Sheldon was saying, are the Nets our rivals? I think they are. I actually think that this was the team we thought was going to be tanking, yet they are
Yeah.
11-16.
Yeah, bro. They got
Why?
decent record.
Can
Well, that's why they traded my boy Schroeder because they were
let me
winning
just-
too much.
They're
Let
winning
me
too
just
much.
let me solo this real quick, yo.
Oh, here we go. ISO.
Uh-oh.
ISO.
Uh-oh.
The coach that I wanted,
Oh, come on.
Brooklyn's coach. Hey! Tell me the truth. You tell me if you go down 1 through 5, are you telling me that the Raptors are better than this team?
Bro, Jordy chose the Nets. We did not miss out on him.
Jordy.
He chose the Nets. He didn't choose us. We couldn't do nothing.
No. We could have hired him when the year of Darko. And they said no.
No, they chose. He chose it. No, he was with Team Canada, and then I believe, like right after that, he chose the Nets job.
Yeah, but the Nets
There was
job was
no-
up last year, not the year before. Yeah. Hey, I know my things. Jordy Fernandez, Charles Lee, those two guys. Even my boy Stackhouse should have been at least thought.
They're
of.
not giving Stackhouse
Oh,
a job right now.
I'm just saying,
that
bro.
house would have been nice.
It would have been nice, but they're not
Stackhouse
going to
would
do
have
it.
been.
The league's not
Benchmark.
ready for that yet. The league's not ready for that yet.
Anyways, so back to this game. I watched the ending of it, especially the last kind of parts. It seemed like this wasn't a Raptors like comeback. This is a Raptors falling apart in the fourth quarter
Yeah.
and letting a terrible Nets team beat us. Okay,
Yeah.
they shot 23% from three, bro. 23%. That's Brooklyn, not us.
Yuck. This game fell apart in the second half, like you said, but it was a close game throughout, and then we kind of pulled away in the third, and then starting the fourth, I think we were up like 6 or 7, I think, and then it's just like we just gave up. Like we're giving layup after layup, and then Cam Johnson turned into like KD, started hitting threes left and right, and I was like, "Yo."
Somebody whispered in his ear that he might be traded to a better team, so he decided to start shooting.
He got excited.
Can we just take one moment and just admire this court?
Yeah, beautiful court. Best court in the league. Look at Grady, man. Get up
Grady,
there, boy.
Grady. Hey,
Get up
boy.
Hands down, best court in the league. Hands down,
Yeah,
best
for sure.
Best
For sure.
court in the. Oh my god!
It's got a lot of character to it. Like you see the
Yeah.
little dinosaur triangle at the top of the key, like little stuff like that, bro. I like that. And
I
then
think this
obviously,
should just be our court for a while, man. This is
yeah, bro. I think are we
Yeah,
like the only
I did.
team in the league with the color on the court like that? Like the inside of the three-point
So these are special courts for the
Yeah,
because
it's a
this is the
special
30th
court.
anniversary.
No, I know, but I'm saying like I haven't seen another team this year with the color like in the 3-point. You know, like Charlotte used to have it, like the old school Charlotte Hornets used to have.
Yeah,
like I think we're the only team right
those were ugly courts though.
now. No, don't do that. The B, you don't remember or the Hornet? The Hornet.
Yeah,
Oh,
but the gradient. I don't know, man.
I like that old school court. But it is these jerseys, this court is just it's beautiful, man. Yeah, there you go. There you go. I need to get mine, bro.
I had to get
That's what's
mine.
up. How is
I
it?
had to
How's
get
how's the
mine.
texture? It's nice.
This one is the pressed one. I didn't get the stitched
Okay.
one, because we
Oh,
got
okay.
too many
Okay.
kids for me to go get the stitched
Yeah.
one.
Mhm.
But
I hear you, man.
I
Yeah,
I
don't
hear you.
care. I like it.
Sheldon,
This is
you
kind
got
of
two. Shamar got a
You
lot
got
more
enough.
than two. A
I
lot
got
more
two,
than
and I'm
two.
stressed. I'm stressed
bro,
with two.
bro. It's crazy. It's too.
I know. I
I got too many. I got.
know. I got
Anyways,
Most people say I got too many, but whatever. It's all good.
back to this game, right? So, um, anyone stand out for you? Shamar, we'll go to you first. So anyone
you. Yeah,
stand out for this game, on the Raptor side that you liked,
Hmm.
disliked? What are you thinking?
Oh man, this game. I tried to watch as much of this game as I could. It was in
Mhm.
and out and dealing with some stuff around the house, and
man.
I know you, like you said, you were out too. But like for me, unfortunately, Scotty stood out in a bad way in this game.
Mm,
Ah, yeah, yeah.
talk about it.
Unfortunately,
Talk
I
You
about
know what?
don't.
Talk about it.
Okay,
I
so
because I love Scotty, but I don't mind criticizing him, like
right,
critical,
okay,
like
cool. Okay,
constructive
so
criticism.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
okay, again, high school point guard. Okay, and I will even admit I am a soccer player first.
All right.
Okay. I learned the game of basketball when I was in grade 7, 8,
Hmm.
and started, and just through athleticism and
Mm,
sheer competitiveness, I made teams. That's it. I just
nice.
made the teams. Okay. I ran people suicides. I'd kill you on suicides. That's how I
Speed.
made teams.
Yep.
Okay. So, but here's my thing. I came up then being a very fundamental point guard.
Mm,
There are certain things you do not do. Certain things you don't dribble into a trap. You know what I mean?
mm-hmm.
Like,
The
don't
corners. Yep.
pick up your dribble.
Yep.
Do not pick up your dribble. I do not understand why he constantly and consistently picks up his dribble and then acts like he's in trouble. Of course you're going to be in
Mhm.
trouble.
Yeah.
Of
Yeah.
course you're
My
going to there's a
thing,
there's an
Shamar. One
NBA
thing.
defender on you and you just caught them, you just bailed them out by picking up
Mhm.
your dribble.
My thing. I don't like how he dribbles all the way to his chest. Yo. Like, why are you
Like,
dribbling all the way to your chest? You're 6'9".
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
just it's just it and then it's like, okay, so you're gonna pick up your dribble and then you're gonna pick up your dribble 5 feet outside the three,
Mm.
so that
That's
doesn't
dead
help
man zone.
anybody.
Yeah.
That doesn't help anybody. And I like
True.
we're as we're watching replays and stuff,
Hmm.
like he's passing and then he's just standing and looking,
Yeah. He does a
He's
lot
not.
of that.
right?
Yeah. A lot.
Oh,
Like,
yo,
yo,
not yo.
you're
No, hold on.
you're
Shamar,
7 foot
pause.
long. Like,
Pause. Pause. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. You said something again. Okay. Okay. I'm not talking about the coach. Okay.
Oh my God. Here
I'm
we
not
go.
talking.
Jay. Oh
I'm
my.
not talking about the coach. Okay. But bro, you standing on offense is, and if your coach is not screaming at you, why don't they ever cut? If you watch the Spurs, point 0.5 offense, have you ever seen anyone standing around? They're always moving and cutting. Our team, you could see it right here on offense. They stand around. Hold on. Look at this. Standing, not moving. Is a point 0.5 offense. You have to move. And in order for the point 0.5 offense to work, is that your people that don't have the ball have to move so that the player with the ball can make a split-second decision to get the ball to this right player. And the only way you can do that is if you're moving. I will. I will stop.
I'm with you
no,
on
you're
that.
good. Still on you, but yeah.
On that.
Yeah, so
Sorry, Shamar. Continue.
that's my thing about no, it's good. You nailed it, man. Like, it's I don't see a point 0.5 offense anywhere to be even like
No.
I forgot that was a thing. I forgot that
Yeah.
was a thing until you just said it. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm not even gonna lie. I forgot that was a thing until you
What a
just said it.
pass, Grady.
And it's like, but you mentioned the point about like you mentioned something about like getting the ball and deciding what to do, and that's another thing. Like, I always thought that you were supposed to know what you were gonna do before you got the ball.
Before exactly. Yeah. You're right.
And I
You're
feel
absolutely
like
right.
nowadays NBA players are like, just instead of knowing what to do,
Hmm.
they're figuring out what to do as they go along.
As they go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
You'll
Kobe
see that
said
with a
Right.
lot
It's
of
like,
bad teams. Yeah.
Yeah, Kobe said it, he's like, it was an interview a long time ago, but they
Mm,
clipped it up where he's like,
mm,
it's accidental basketball, like just a driving kick type of thing. It's like there's no purpose to it. It's like, okay, let's
mhm,
drive and kick until someone's open. Bro, there's only
mhm,
24 seconds on a shot clock. Realistically, 18 seconds because guys take 4 or 5 seconds to dribble the ball at the court
Mhm.
and then get into your offense. You really have like 15 to 12 seconds to really decide what you're gonna do. And if you're just driving and kicking, like guys are too fast, teams are too, positionless, where you could just switch
Mhm.
everything. That driving kick stuff is dead, man. You got to
Yeah,
strategize a little better. So
I'm not saying that you can't drive and kick, but what I'm saying is that if you call a play, you have
they
to
don't call
allow.
plays. This is
You
what
don't
this
call
is
play
the thing. They do
because
not call plays.
at whose fault is okay? I'm just saying.
They
All
don't
right,
call plays, bro.
all right. But anyways,
Every team
we
runs the
talked,
same offense.
and guess what? Tell me what the number one play. Holy crap! Okay, you get me upset. What's the number one play in basketball right now? What is it?
pick and roll.
The high pick and roll,
Bro,
yeah.
have you seen us playing pick and roll in this game? That's
Okay,
it.
but here's the
We
thing. Here's
barely
the
run a
thing.
pick and roll in this offense.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing about the nowadays pick and roll. It's not even
Yeah.
a pick. They
It's
don't even
not.
set a
They
pick.
slip everything. Yeah, you're right.
It's
You're right. You're right.
Shamar, yo, this team does not
You're
set
right.
solid picks. We have
No.
the
and one.
biggest 7 foot
Okay,
white boy
here's the
on the
thing.
team, and he can't set a solid pick. You
You're right.
slip every time.
Every
It's
time,
to
yeah.
it's to the point where like I would like them to make an advanced stat of how many
Slipping,
assists a pick gets. You know what I mean? So you
bro.
can see that
Yeah.
all of these picks are worthless, and you guys aren't doing shit all with your picks.
Do you guys
Somebody set a screen. Nobody
yeah,
wants to hit each other anymore. Just set a screen on somebody, man.
you guys
Remember when you used to
remember
run somebody into a screen?
yeah? You remember what's his name? Zaza Pachulia on the
Oh,
Warriors, like when they were just starting out? That dude used to set some crazy picks.
Oh
Andrew
my
Right?
Bogut
god.
Draymond
too.
Green in his early years, before he started being this little point forward guy, like he was hitting some hard screens.
Yeah,
Like Steph Curry, Clay Thompson, they were getting open shots because of those screens. So you're
yeah.
right.
But
A lot, especially our
Draymond
players,
used
like
to hold players. He
yeah,
used to
like Ben
hold up.
Wallace. You remember Ben Wallace and Rasheed?
Oh,
Well, who you think Rip Hamilton was running through to get all the open shots? It was those guys. But now we don't set screens. We slip. We try to do the little pass over the top. It's not real basketball no more, bro. It's just like
we're gonna talk about
hoping
that
to make a
a
play.
little bit soon later. But let's okay. We got through the games. Let's go over. Since Shamar's first time, we'll let you go first. Who was your offensive player of the week for the Raptors?
Oh
I know
man.
it's I know it's tough.
It's like, ooh,
Um. Hmm.
that's a tough one.
I
It's
mean,
okay. You can say nobody because it's not.
I
On
don't.
two,
I don't.
two bad games.
Okay, so I will. Okay, so two players offensively I like to watch
Hmm.
are Grady and Ochai.
We'll go there.
Ochai's game is really smooth
Yes,
and it's like effortless almost. Like it's like he knows
he knows
he's
his
very
role.
confident. Right. Yeah, he knows his role. He doesn't try to do too much. And I like what Grady is doing. Like the 9 for 20, like you were saying before,
Mhm.
you're saying although he shot 9 for 20, but like if he made one more shot, he would have been like 10 for 21. You know what I mean? Like he's right
Yep.
there. And
Yep.
and he's aggressive and he's smart. He's
Mhm.
still learning. He's got
And
like
he
he
can
rushed that
pass.
one shot at the end.
Mhm.
Like he
Yeah.
rushes his shots. You can get him to rush his shot, which is where I
Mm,
think his next phase of his game is going to be, not
Yeah.
letting people rush him. But I like
mhm.
that he's the bumblebee right now,
Yeah.
going
Yeah.
around. And to your earlier point, he has gotten a lot better on defense. He has heard what
Yes.
Yeah.
everybody was saying from his rookie season, and
Hmm.
may not have gotten like bigger, but he's gotten
Hmm.
stronger and
Mhm.
smarter on defense.
Yeah.
For sure.
So would you? So I'm guessing Grady is your offensive
I would
player.
I would I would go with
Yeah.
Grady. I would go
Yeah.
Grady.
What do you think? What about yourself, Sheldon? You're thinking.
I gotta give it to my boy Jamal Shed just for that fourth quarter alone. Like
Interesting. Wow. Okay. I like that. I like that. Okay.
talking about like advanced stats. Like
Yeah.
I'm sure the stat guys were going crazy for that 12
Mm,
minutes. like 4 for 4, two, how many 6 assists?
Yeah,
He looked
6 assists in the fourth quarter only.
in the fourth quarter of a close game. Like he looked like the future guard of this team, right? And it was really like important to see him kind of break out of that coach's box in a sense where you're not really getting much playing time, you don't really know what's going on, but then you just come in the game and like you give energy, you're pushing the pace. Like I like to see that, bro. Move the ball. He's going for loose balls. Like I just like to see that energy. And if we had that from the top, I think we would have won that game. So
Yeah,
I'm giving it to Jamal for that one, bro.
yeah, I like that. I like those two picks. I'm gonna give it to
GYE.
Grady Dick this time as well. I think he's been our most consistent player this whole year. Just offensively, doing his things defensively, he's trying his best out there. Turnovers are down, fouls are down, and he's getting to the free throw line. So I would kind of go with him. Let's go defensive player of the week. We'll give Shamar that one. Who you say is our defensive player of the week?
Oh man. I'm just trying to think. A lot of our point guards are decent at like tips, getting their hands in the lanes still.
Mhm.
But it's just like there's sometimes there's a lot and sometimes they're few and far between. I find like sometimes the Raptors don't get tips for quarters on end, like they're gonna get their hands on the ball, and other times they're tipping everything.
Yeah.
I think if I remember correctly, Jacoby had a few like pick six style interceptions, right?
Yeah, a few of them. Let me see. Yesterday's in the Bulls game, he
Yeah,
had he had
yeah, Shells.
two steals.
If
Yeah,
yeah, so I think
two
I'm gonna
steals.
go with Walter. I
Mhm.
like his. Although I did, oh, you know what? No, defensive player. Although Jacoby is up there with his steals, I saw a clip on X about how Davion Mitchell be getting around screens,
Yeah,
Mm.
that was a
Yeah.
and
nice clip. I seen that.
that's impressive. That is
Yeah,
impressive in today's NBA. That is impressive because guys are being lazy around the screens. They're dropping
Yeah.
back, and he's fighting over it. And if he is going under, he's quick with it. He's right back on the other side. So yeah, I'm gonna go
Davion
Mitchell with honorable mention to Jacoby,
to Jacoby. Okay,
whose
it's
name
very
doesn't make sense.
interesting.
I agree.
You agree with me? That makes no
Name
sense.
doesn't.
Jacoby. It's so interesting because Mitchell is the exact opposite of RJ Barrett. Like the exact. Anyways, Sheldon, who are you going with defensive player?
seeing as it was two bad games, I'm gonna go with Ochai this week. Reason why, he's the only, not the only, but he's like outside of Mitchell, because Mitchell gets appraised like because of you can see the effects of his defense,
Hmm.
but Ochai is playing his butt off, bro, on defense, right? For a
Yeah.
team that is not really playing well defensively. Like he's guarding bigs, he's guarding wings, he's switching on the point guards. Like he's playing his butt off, and then he's playing on the other end too. He's one of the few guys on the team that's playing both sides of the ball right now. I'm gonna
Okay.
give it to him just
Okay.
for his consistency so far. He hasn't like wowed me or anything, but we had two bad games, two really ugly games. But his defensive consistency, like it
Mhm.
needs to be highlighted a little bit for me. We've been
Interesting.
doing good. Yeah, he's been doing good.
I'm giving it to
Yeah.
Mobo, Jonathan Mobo, and
Ooh.
one of the reasons why is that he's been playing center.
Yeah,
Okay, and he's been playing small ball center, and he's there guarding wings, guarding centers, guarding everyone on the court.
yeah,
His rebounding, all these things, you might see the small enough, like small amounts of stats, like when you see it, but
mhm,
when you see him on the court and the presence that he has
yeah,
defensively, he's been locking up players. So I gave it to him, and he's won a few of these defensive player of the weeks. For me, it was really shown when we needed him at a bigger position.
yeah,
The most he's fighting, grabbing rebounds, especially the offensive rebounds, or at least trying to get them. And that's the thing I'm giving it to Mobo for that.
yeah. He had a few
Um,
nice plays tonight, though. Mobile.
yeah,
When we were kind of losing the lead there, like he had some energy plays where he got some nice tips. and helped us get the rebound. So yeah, man, I
Yeah,
like the pick.
four assists and 6 rebounds today,
Yeah,
and 2 steals. That's
really good.
really good. And one or no, 3 fouls, but 1 turnover, and that's still good.
Yeah.
So then rookie of the week. So I'll Shamar, we'll go with you. What do you? Since the reason why we're doing rookie of the week, we have like 5 rookies rotating through. So
Right.
we
Like,
gotta give them a
take your
thing.
pick.
So
Love,
who do you
man.
feel? Who do you like this week, rookie wise?
I mean, let's give Shed some more praise, right?
Yeah, man.
Like
Hey, Shed.
I feel like that performance in the fourth quarter should have gotten him like a tweet on one of
Yeah,
those NBA stat
for sure.
accounts, like
Yeah.
first player to do this in
Nah.
however
Mhm.
long. You know what
Only
I
if he
mean?
was a Laker. Only if he was a Laker, he would have
Oh,
gotten
Only
that's
that
feel
right.
like
shit.
it, yeah.
Wrong team. Sorry.
Yeah, wrong.
But yeah, it was it was I felt it was a good performance. And I mean, when you can come in any NBA game, I don't care when it is, but
Yeah,
he put up a whole quarter worth. Like you went a quarter straight, 12 minutes
Yeah.
straight, and you put that up. You didn't miss any buckets. You were on point, and you came off the bench. Like he just came straight in. Think
old.
about that. You sat
For
for
one
three
quarter.
quarters of the
Yeah.
game, and
It's hard, man.
you
It's
came
really
in.
hard.
So yeah, I like that. I
Yeah,
like that. That
Mhm.
definitely, like you said, needs to be praised, needs to be held up.
Yeah.
for sure,
Yeah.
for sure.
What about yourself, Sheldon? You going with
Um,
Shed as
I,
well?
I'm agreeing with Shed. I'm gonna throw a little bit of love to Jameson Battle too. He came
Yeah.
in with some good shots.
Ooh.
He was really consistent. You know, he's not getting much minutes, obviously because of the defense, but like when he's out there, he's a threat. You know, so I like him. But Jamal Shed
Mhm.
for sure has got to get his highlight this week, bro.
Yeah. I think
But,
I agree with both you guys. I like Shed and Battle. Um, just because he didn't play again in the Bulls game. I'm just looking. I
I
don't
don't
see
think
him.
so. Yeah, I didn't
Yeah,
remember seeing.
and just having that type of shooter on the floor, I finally Darko played Grady and him together
Yeah,
because
yeah,
that I would like to see a little bit more,
Oh,
just to spread the
yeah,
court a little bit, spread the floor a little bit. But yeah, this I agree with you guys. Even Walter might get a shot out for me just because he's been efficient. Like
yeah, for
he's been
sure.
playing efficiently. Yeah. And then lastly, I guess surprise player of the week. I think we probably all agree it's Jamal Shed.
Yeah, yeah.
If there's anyone else, please
Easy.
let
Nah,
me know.
nah.
we
Jamal's got
need
it this week, man.
more Jamal. We need to see more
For
Jamal on the
sure,
court.
More
for
Jamal.
sure.
Okay. Okay. All right. Next up, guys. Before we go around the NBA, want to talk about the next couple games. So the Raptors, I have. Let me share my screen.
Got a tough schedule, I think, coming up. I saw it on tonight on the bracket.
Yeah. I think every schedule with us is a tough schedule. But next week, it's Christmas. You know, we have the holidays.
Yeah,
Where's my Raptors thing? All right. So Monday we got Houston Rockets. Rockets coming off of a very sad loss to the OKC
Hey, what
Thunder.
happened to?
yeah.
Hmm?
Wait a minute. What about the Sun? Isn't that is that Sunday? You mean Sunday?
Yeah, Sunday. Yeah.
Oh, I thought you said
Did I
Monday.
say?
Sorry,
Mm.
Oh, I probably did say Monday. Yeah.
because
Sorry.
I was gonna say I'm going to that game. So
Oh, are you gonna
Oh,
play?
okay. Cool.
That's a good game to go
Take
to,
some
man.
video and pictures. Yeah.
Yeah, make sure you
yeah,
boo
sure.
Fred Van Vliet when he gets announced.
We got
Don't
it.
boo him. He
Uh,
did his thing.
Yeah, I'm
He's
playing.
just he robbed Houston. At least he robbed Houston, not us.
I know, right?
no,
Imagine we gave him
that's
40 million.
42,
Jeez,
42, bro. 40.
a
Okay,
year.
add them twos. Okay. Then we play the Knicks on Monday, and
Oh,
then the Grizzlies on Thursday.
wait, which
So
ones are home and away? I know the Rockets is home because you're
they're
going
all the way. The home one is the Rockets, and then at the
away.
Knicks and at the
Ugh.
at
Grizzlies.
MSG. Ugh.
So
Because the
Shamar,
Grizzlies, hey, we
Shamar,
gotta
yeah,
before
go
you
ahead.
go, we gotta make sure we talk about the Grizzlies tonight. Because what happened tonight? But continue.
What? Okay, you bring that up because I don't know.
I will. I will. No, go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Shamar, what do you think record wise? Do you think the Raptors going to do this week, next week?
Gee, those are the three games.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't really like saying 0 for 3, but
I know
I
it feels
don't.
bad, eh?
It does. It feels wrong, but I
Yeah,
As
don't
a
really like. I don't the way they're playing. Like first off, so you never know who's going to be in the lineup night tonight.
that's the
Mhm.
key.
That's
Yeah.
that's a weird thing.
yeah,
Um, but like I just don't see them playing well enough to beat any of those three teams right now. Like if
Mhm.
you're going in, okay, so Houston's gonna be tough. You got Dylan Brooks coming back home, you know what I mean, coming back
Mhm.
home. Fred coming home, you
Yeah.
know, after a long time. And then they play Jalen Green just went off for 40 tonight, something like that. Almost.
Say word.
30. I remember, yeah, he went off for some. They're playing really well. They're playing
Really
really
well.
well. I don't think the Raptors are gonna hold them down. Then they gotta
Nah.
go to MSG. Cat is still playing really well. It's MSG.
Mhm.
I don't see that. And then
It's looking like yeah. Go ahead, sorry.
Memphis just Memphis just beat Golden State by like 50.
50 plus. We gotta talk about this later. Go ahead.
50. What the? See, yeah, you guys
And
been
I
watching.
and
I just got home.
no, I
Man.
saw a stat and I was so confused at the stat line. I was so confused by it in that game. I'll let Shells bring it up. He really wants to talk about it.
Yeah.
I was so confused by that stat line. I had to investigate it,
Dude,
but I don't
dude.
see the Raptors. The Listen, man. Honestly, if the Raptors can make a game out of these three games, I will be happy.
Facts.
Okay. Okay.
It's a fact.
All right. Thank you, Shamar. 0-3 for Shamar. Regular Shells. What do you think, Sheldon?
I'm gonna go 0 and
You
3
got
myself.
0-3.
Listen, man. So you mentioned the Rockets, right? Like you mentioned those players. You didn't even mention Alperen Sengun or what's his name? Thompson, who's their
And
defensive
I'm
stopper.
no,
Bro,
I
it's
didn't.
gonna be nasty. If we have the same team that came tonight with no RJ, no Pirtle, bro, it's gonna be like a 40-point massacre. Fred might drop 6 threes just because. Like I'm scared, bro. I'm
Those
nervous
pull
for
up
this game.
ones, those pull up
Yeah, yeah,
threes. You know the ones he just walks into. You just
yeah.
yeah.
And start looking at the crowd, looking from a side. But bro,
Right.
it's not gonna be pretty. That game is not gonna be pretty. And the MSG game, no RJ, no quickly coming back home, no revenge game. Like, bro, we don't have nobody to play right now. Like these guys better come back ASAP. Like how fast Scotty came
Ugh.
back. I need RJ quickly
Where's this guy
and your
come
boy
from?
Bruce Brown to suit up at least.
Bruce who?
Right?
Bruce who?
Bruce who?
Bro, we need bodies, man. We need bodies.
No, you go to the G League and go get DJ Carlton or whoever.
I'd
We
rather
don't
get.
need Bruce Brown.
I'd rather do that to be honest. In a rebuild, but yeah, it's looking bad this week. And then Memphis, bro. Oh my
Okay.
god.
I'm gonna go a little positive. I'm usually the negative one on this one, but I think the Raptors are gonna beat the Rockets. I think they'll go 1-2.
All right. All
And
right.
let me explain why. Let me
Let me
explain
get
why.
this one. Let me get
Okay.
this one. Turn my volume up. Hold on.
Okay.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah. Oh shoot, they did 43% from three. Anyways, Houston takes a crap load of threes.
Yes.
Okay, but they also do not make a lot of threes. And the Raptors give up so many threes. And I
Yes.
think what's going to happen is they're not going to hit a lot of threes, and the Raptors are going to capitalize on that, especially if Pirtle plays. If Pirtle plays, the Raptors can win this game.
So Pirtle's out
It's-
for what? Illness, I think.
yeah.
Or no, he's
So
injured.
he's in illness.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
no, groin. Crap.
Yeah,
Okay,
he
never
slipped.
mind.
Yeah, yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
You're right. Sorry,
groin.
RJ's illness. Yeah, sorry,
Yeah.
sorry.
So if we could get if Pirtle comes back, I think maybe we could
Hmm.
go all the way with Rockets. I know they had a really good game. That's going to be another reason why I
Oh, see
think
it, man.
that's another reason why I think they're going to shoot a lot of threes. The Raptors cannot defend the 3-point line for some apparent reason, and they also cannot play beat a zone. So it might be one of those old school 90s games, 95 to 93
Can I ask you
games and stuff.
what day are they coming in? Do you know? You said it's a Monday.
Sunday.
Sunday. Okay, so you see, might have a chance because remember what we talked about
Yep.
when teams come to to Toronto on a weekend.
Hmm.
We do have an advantage there, a
Hey,
slight advantage.
Saturday,
So this is on
Saturday,
YouTube,
right?
right?
All
Hey,
right.
the Toronto
Jalen
shorties,
Green.
I'm gonna need y'all to step up.
All
I'm
Hey,
right.
gonna need
Hey,
the shorties to step up.
it's funny you say that. During the game tonight, they showed the replay of the
Yeah.
Bulls when the Bulls came to Toronto and lost
Yes.
mhm.
during that magical 72-10. And
Yep.
the stories are all that they went out partying hard that
Yes.
night.
Yes.
They
Yes.
they found the Toronto nightlife, right?
Yep.
So,
Yep.
Everyone
hey,
does.
Fred, if you want to show those guys the spots, man, you can
You know
show 'em
who
up
For
here.
it's
sure.
gonna be? It's gonna be
For
Jalen
sure.
Green. It's gonna be Jalen
Oh
Green,
yeah. All the young
M.
guys.
Thompson,
Yeah. Yeah. All the young
Cam
for sure.
Whitmore.
Yep.
What's his name? Jacoby Smith. Yo, Jabari Smith. I'm
Yeah.
saying that's the game. If you want to win one, for me, I want to go 0-3. Okay, you know me, but
Yeah. Tank Nation
I
over
have
there.
this feeling this Houston game. This Houston game. All right,
You
all
know
right.
what? I remember, like, I think we talked about episode 1, but I'm like, yo, those Sunday afternoon games that the Raptors used to play, it was like home court advantage because
Or
those guys go out
the
all night
Saturday afternoon
Saturday.
ones, the
Yeah,
12
the 12
o'clock ones.
o'clock. Yeah,
Yeah,
oh, bro, we used to win those games on a regular.
yeah.
I
All
miss
the
those, man.
time.
You gotta bring that back. You gotta bring that back. Yeah,
Okay,
man.
so first up, we're gonna do around the NBA.
Yeah,
We've been potting for about an hour now. You guys are having
let's
fun, so let's first
do it,
watch
man.
this video. Um,
Let's do it.
Something that I brought up to Sheldon in the back channels, and it came out. So
It usually happens when we talk offline and then you see it on Twitter. It's so weird. I can't hear nothing.
Yeah, I can't hear anything, but I
Is your
see
volume
that
up, Drake?
post.
Drake, can you hear us?
See that?
I can hear you.
Oh, we can't hear nothing.
Yeah, we can't hear none.
You can't hear nothing.
No.
No.
That's evil. But anyways, basically, Draymond Green came on his podcast during the season, called out Tyler Jenkins, called him
Yes.
Janky Jenkins.
Jake,
Okay,
Yes.
Jake, yeah.
so someone posted in our we have a basketball chat on Facebook saying, "Oh yeah, something about the podcast," and I said, "Do you think it's wise for the NBA to have players during the season having podcasts and talking about how they're playing, just how they're feeling, whatever, throughout the season,
Mm-mm.
right?" And now you got a really outspoken guy in Draymond Green
Yep.
that's have had problems now calling out a coach. So first off, let's get Shamar's reaction. What do you think about these player podcasts? They're kind of getting out of control. Like Paul George the other day about remember the team meeting that they had
Yeah.
that someone leaked
Yeah.
stuff and me and Sheldon think it was Nick Nurse that leaked that information. But
Definitely Nick
and
Nurse.
then Paul George goes
That's
on a
good.
podcast saying,
That's good.
we have these things all the time. Yeah, all the time you're on a 3-15 team that has
Yeah.
this type of pod.
3
Anyways,
All-Stars.
three
making
all
$40 million a year. Come on, man.
each.
Stop it.
All right,
Stop
Shamar, what do you think about this? Since me and
Um,
Sheldon had already talked about this, yeah.
it. Yeah.
So I feel like this kind of goes hand in hand with like the swing that the NBA took to three-pointers. It's just like
Yeah.
a change in the game that's gone too far. Like we came up where they would barely let Iverson have braids and tattoos,
It's
right?
crazy, right?
And every interview was a canned response, PR
Mhm.
trained down to the
Mhm.
T. You knew unless you were, and they knew not to interview guys like Latrell Sprewell and
Yeah.
those guys.
Rasheed
you're not
Wallace.
Yep.
Rasheed Wallace. You're not getting the microphone. We don't want like we know who to go to, right?
Yeah.
Facts.
And it just feels like now they've swung so far the other way where they're just letting players talk. Like remember like a few years ago when Kobe was hurt and those young guys won that one random game and they're all wilding out and they got the mic and then Kobe
Kobe was
saw it
so pissed.
I remember that.
on like Kimmel or something
Yeah.
Yeah.
and he was just you could see
Stone
it in his
face.
face.
Yeah.
He was gonna go and wake them up out their rooms and run them
And run them.
remember the Titans through the
Yeah.
dirt, run them. You know what I mean? Like so like I feel like they've just
Yo, rest
gone
in
so
peace,
far.
Kobe. Imagine he was a coach, bro. Imagine he was
Oh
still with
my
us as a coach.
god.
Oh my
He
god.
couldn't take the sleep. He couldn't take the sleep.
No, no.
I don't think it's giving the NBA the attention they want, but at the same time for the NBA, I feel like they feel like any attention is good attention.
true. That's true. Yeah.
I see. I don't think so. I don't mind the player podcast. I just don't mind them. I don't like them during the season. Like this, I think he's gonna get fined for this. Like you can't be calling out other team, other players.
Okay,
Like
so
you know,
yeah,
sorry, go
I
ahead.
have to agree with you because like even if you listen to like NBA radio on Sirius
Hmm.
XM and these things, like I heard Clay Thompson's dad come on today and was talking to the guys,
Uh,
Mm,
and they were going back and forth about how he's a homer for the Lakers, and
he is
my dude who used to play for the Suns, I forgot,
Eddie
Eddie
Johnson.
Johnson was like,
yeah.
who you think signs his checks, right? Like
Yeah,
obviously who you think signs his checks. The NBA versus the Lakers sign his checks. So obviously he's not going to go against the Lakers. I feel
For
like this
sure.
is kind of in a way going against the person that signs your checks. It's just that
Mm,
now we're in this social media age that you're almost allowed to. It's like the Olympians going to the Olympic Village and first thing right away airing like, oh, this is what our shit looks like. This is what it looks like. Like you're just putting
mm,
them on blast.
Point.
He's
Yeah,
just
it's a
he's
good
just
point.
putting the NBA on blast almost for no
Yeah.
reason when they're the
yeah,
ones signing his checks. He wouldn't have
Yep.
this podcast if he was an NBA player.
That's right. That's right. Absolutely right.
yeah. And I think some. Okay, there has been a lot of rhetoric, and they actually talked about this on NBA about saying things that hurt the league, right?
Mm,
This hurts the league because
Mm.
now the conversation, even though it is a conversation, it is now negatively about another team and another player. Um, Even though it's funny, it's entertaining. At the same time, when you hear Shaq and Charles
mm,
talking about how Houston Rockets can't play basketball, or they talk down about our players. Like this
mm.
is the only league where the commentators and people that talk about the league talk
Mhm.
down about the league. They
I
never.
disagree. No, I disagree there. I'm gonna have to jump in.
Okay, yeah,
I
go ahead, go
disagree
ahead.
because I've sat down and watched hockey guys tear down their players nonstop. Like when I say tear down, like even the good players. I'm sure we all have seen Leafs
True, true.
coverage, here and there. Those guys tear them down a lot. The only thing, okay, so I agree with you guys on the point where the NBA needs to worry about the brand part of it. Like if
Hmm.
you're trying to, brand your brand across the globe, sure you want people to talk positively. But I think in the spirit of these podcasts, it's competition. Because look
Yeah,
what happened tonight. He got his ass whooped, right? And you don't think it's a direct response to his podcast? I'm sure they had that on the board. Like, yo, look what Homeboy said about us.
but
Whenever
but
he
is
said it,
that good for the NBA though? Like,
that
what
is
if
good for
what if?
it's good for competition. It's not good for guys like Draymond Green
Okay,
who
yeah,
are gonna,
okay,
speak this type of way and not really back it up. Again, he's done his dues. He's played his games. He's won championships, sure. But when you put yourself out there and you start calling out coaches, to me that's kind of like it's kind of corny. Like
mm,
coaches are allowed to speak, have supposed to back up their players. If you feel that way, go out there and play the game properly and win the
yeah.
game. And they
Who is
didn't
the
do
guy
that.
that's Who's the guy that stared down? Was it Draymond that stared down Charles Lee or Jordy? I forgot who.
This is like
Uh,
2 days ago. I remember. I know what you're
yeah,
talking about.
or
I can't
was
remember.
it? I don't know, but even still, doing things like
I saw
that
that. Yeah.
against coaches and especially referees. If they ever start talking about referees, that could be really
So, so I
yeah,
believe that
So
players should keep players should
no, no,
keep
go
the
go go.
competition between players, right? Like
yeah,
the whole thing barking at coaches like that doesn't do anything.
no,
Unless it's like your own coach and you might have a disagreement, but like barking at an opposing coach, what is that going to do?
yeah,
Just go and play the game. You know what I
yeah,
mean? Yeah, go ahead, Shamar.
So I was just gonna go back to the Draymond thing real quick. I feel
Yeah,
like we have like an abundant of player podcasts right now, right? And the
yeah,
NBA isn't really doing anything about it. But
hmm
do you remember a few years ago when YouTube highlights started popping off, and there were a
hmm
yes,
bunch of different sources to get your
yeah,
NBA highlights from. They give you game highlights
yeah,
before the NBA would give you game
yeah,
highlights.
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
Do you ever notice how you can't find those sources now?
Yeah,
yeah,
they
because
bought them out.
they
They bought
no
those
they
guys out.
What happens? I'm gonna
You
show
know,
you
they
because I
they
have
blocked
one right
them.
now. They blocked them.
Yeah,
They
I
blocked
thought
But
they
the
them,
hired.
and they took over. Before then, the NBA was only giving you 2-minute highlights of their games,
yeah,
and then they had
Yes, yes,
somebody putting
yes.
out 9-minute
9
highlights.
minutes.
Then all of a
Yes,
sudden,
yes.
that guy disappeared, and the NBA is putting out 9-minute highlights. I feel like something similar is going to happen. They're just going to let them go until they think they've gone too far, and then they're just
Mhm.
going to be like, "Okay, guys, if you're going to have a podcast, it's not going to be during the season, like you say,
yeah.
Andre,
Mhm.
or it's going to
Yeah.
be heavily monitored. We're going to have somebody from the CBA, from the NBA." On every podcast, listening to everything you say.
But
Yeah.
didn't they try to do that with with the same Draymond Green? They brought him on TNT. You remember, like during the season. I thought that was kind of a way
Mm.
to kind of not take him away from his
Segue
podcast,
it
but kinda,
almost.
yeah, kind of segue. And then now he's
Hmm.
not there anymore. To me, I feel like okay, Paul George, Draymond Green, sure, talk your stuff during the season, but I feel like there should be a limit, like for them, like their content should only be like okay, we're talking about the game overall, right? Because when you start talking about single games and like, oh, this guy did this, and you start talking about stuff behind the scenes, I
Hmm.
think that NBA is going to be like, whoa, you got to chill out. This is our brand. This is our culture. You can't really just like be talking about behind the scenes things because now we got to censor it, right? There's certain
Yeah.
things that
Mhm.
should not be getting out, like the player meetings and all this stuff. Like you're kind
Like
of
what happened to Jimmy Butler and the Timberwolves. Like that is one of
yeah,
my favorite NBA stories. If that was caught out now while thing was still playing, that
yeah,
would have been detrimental. Okay. Now
Right.
you're
And see, like, I like,
now the NBA is going to investigate. Now these. Oh my gosh.
be a lot.
I like that now we're hearing about stories from in the NBA like 10 years ago. Like we got
Yeah.
Melo with his 7
Yeah,
p.m. in Brooklyn. We got
Mhm.
the Arenas one. Steven
same.
Jackson has his,
Yeah.
right?
Steven
Like
Jackson,
uh um
Matt Barnes.
uh
Oh,
the what's the what
Bogart.
the two guys from the Clippers, the two guys from the Clippers.
Oh,
Oh,
Knuckleheads.
Oh
thank you,
yeah,
Knuckleheads.
thank you, thank you.
Not
I
Miles
want
Turner.
um yeah, I
and
wanted to
Jeff
make sure I
Teague's
get
pod.
the knuckleheads.
Jeff Teague too.
Yeah,
Jeff
I like
Teague's
right.
Jeff
pod.
Teague's one. Jeff Teague is a great storyteller, man. I like
Great
him.
I like
storyteller. Yeah.
Yeah,
I like hearing all these stories, but to that point, I like hearing them after the fact.
yeah.
Yes.
But they need to focus. Like I think with Draymond, there was a time when Draymond was doing this thing, and he'd go on after having like a really bad game and start
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
I don't. What are you coming on? Like if I'm a fan of the Golden State Warriors, I don't want to hear Draymond after a bad game that he played bad
Or
in
after
or
he
that's
punched
punched a
Jordan
man in
Poole.
his face.
You
Yeah.
remember? That was such an awkward
Even
pod
even
after
the
that.
even the one where he tried to take off what's his name Gobert's neck.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
He
And then he
went
tried
on
to
a
justify
pod.
it. I'm like, what?
Oh, bro, come on.
You can't
Anyways,
justify
One
this
thing,
thing.
like
yeah,
MMA fighters do not want basketball players figuring out how to fight in an MMA. I'm just telling you that right now. They do not want basketball. Dude, the last athlete on the world who you want in an MMA cage is a basketball player.
no.
They are the most athletic people on the planet, and they're
Very
like
athletic.
you see like Francis Ngannou is supposed to be the heavyweight champion. You put Francis Ngannou in front of like beside an average NBA player, and he makes him look tiny.
Yeah.
This
Yeah,
is
yeah.
ridiculous out here. It's just a side note, but
All right,
yeah.
let's move on. I'm gonna go to the next topic, and that is the NBA Cup. All right.
Yes.
So I,
Half a
I
mil
think
on the line,
Shamar,
baby.
half a mil on the line. The veteran team wins, beats out
Yep.
the team that I wanted to win, 97-81. So there's two storylines I want to talk about
Yeah.
in this. First one is, do you think they should be popping champagne
Yes.
after this win?
Quick answer, yes.
Shamar, what do you think?
I think they NBA players are notorious. Well, athletes are notoriously superstitious. So they saw what happened with the Lakers, and they said, "Bump that! Not going to happen with us."
Okay, so this is
I think
my
that
thought.
whether
Go
they
ahead.
should or not, that's up to them.
Yeah,
Right.
like it's a new tournament. If they want to celebrate it, they can celebrate it. Some people might not be into it. They might just be there because they have to be there. They have no
Yeah.
choice.
Mhm.
But I personally, you can almost for a fact, they didn't do it because of what happened with LA last year.
Facts. That's a
So,
fact.
so one reason why I think they should do it, right,
Mhm.
is that we need to legitimize this tournament.
Yeah,
The
That's
NBA needs it.
yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry to say this, but the NBA needs it. Like it's actually been very fun watching these games.
Yeah.
Um, to the point where I'm saying that we should replace this game with the All-Star game because this would be way more competitive to watch
Yeah.
than an All-Star game.
Bro, I told you already. All you got to do is pay the guys $100,000 or
They
200
won't. It
grand to
won't.
win the All Star game, and you'll
These
see those
All
guys
Stars are
win.
making 30 million a year. 100 grand is
That's not
nothing
But
to
enough.
look
them,
at
bro.
this. But
That's
look
not
at this,
enough.
But
right?
this is different
Okay,
because
but
now you got guys like Kenrick Williams and Carson
Sure,
Wallace getting
sure,
500K.
sure.
I'm not saying that we replace the All Star game, the All Star weekend. I'm
Yeah,
saying this be this All Star game and just select the All Stars. Because what's the point? They're not gonna play.
I think what's happened with the All Star and All Star game is in the NBA players' mind.
hmm
Being selected for an All Star and playing in the game have now become two separate
separate.
entities,
Absolutely. Yeah.
right? So it's
Exactly.
like the make being an All Star used to be a privilege and an honor and fan
Yep.
voted and
Yep.
all this stuff was behind it. But
mhm,
now it's like they just want to get the All Star so they can get the bonus
Yep.
when they renew. That's all that matters. Did you make an
So
all-star selection? Check. Cool. Do I have to play in the game? No. I still get
Nope.
my all-star selection.
that's
My
what I'm.
my 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 manager's still gonna fight for me.
Yeah.
It's still in my contract. I still check the
Yep.
box, but I don't
Yep.
have to play in the game.
Yep.
But
And
the
Right.
then
whole thing was
imagine
the whole
now,
thing was all-star was supposed to be for us.
Yeah.
but
Exactly.
it's not. And that's when like last year we were talking about it. The All Star game or the All Star weekend seemed more like like a conference, like one of
hmm
those anime conferences.
Come and
Yeah,
hang
College,
out.
yeah.
Guys, come and hang out.
people come hang out, and
That's it.
that's and I think that's absolutely fine.
Yeah.
But you want the players what? But imagine this game, a
hmm
competitive game where people are going to with money on the line with young players that have not, they haven't made it yet. They're going to get 513K just because they win, and the other
Crazy.
team goes home with nothing. Fam, this would be a better
But
All-Star
that's what I'm
weekend
saying. Put the money
final.
in there, bro. The money's gonna make these guys go. I know you're saying they make a lot, but trust me,
You
you
know,
put
do
that
you know
money in
what?
there,
Hold
it's
on. Do
over.
you know what? Giannis and the other players, the top making players, did with their 500.
I
They
know they
split it with
spread
the
it up.
players
I know that. I know.
and the coaches, right?
But
So,
okay, how about this? How
mhm,
about this? Right? You say you do the same thing, right? You give them the 500, the
mhm.
whoever the all stars are, and let them give it to either their teammates or whoever they decide to give charity, whatever the case is. But I'm telling you, you add some more incentives to that game, and you're gonna
Okay,
see
but
these guys play harder.
But why
here's
why
my
should we
thing.
even add more incentive? Okay,
Bingo.
first of all,
Bingo.
being you're an all
Bingo.
star, you're making 30 to 40 million a year,
You
right?
guys are speaking in logic. The NBA players do not deal in logic, bro. I'm
But then
telling you.
No,
why have the
I
game?
I don't even think
I
it's
agree.
logic. I think it's just like where do we draw the line in the sand?
Yeah, I
Like
absolutely,
like
absolutely. You
like
have to.
how much more incentive do you need to play the game,
But
bros?
you
Like
see, now we're
they're
opening a can of
making
worms.
millions of
We're
Hmm.
dollars.
opening a can of worms because you can say the same thing about NBA players and their contracts, right? How much more money do you really need, right?
No, I listen, I'm fine with the their contracts are, but here's like
Yeah,
the whole there's a whole thing that comes with being named an all-star. It's
I
not
agree.
just being named an all-star and you're done. You can wash your hands of it. That's not
hmm
what that is. That's not what the NBA's legacy for the all-star game is.
Yeah, yeah.
Being an all-star goes hand in hand with
hmm
showing up that weekend and performing. And if you
Hmm.
can't perform, you say, I'm
hmm
sorry, somebody else gets put in your
Let
place
them go.
and
Yeah,
they perform.
right.
I
And
listen,
and I we've I
I'm
you know what?
I'm
I kind of feel like it should be like the football one. End of the year, give
Flag
them the
game.
all stars and done. Because like, what's the point of this? Like, you're gonna play a tournament style with people up to 40.
It's
You
not gonna
think
work, man. It's
that's
not
not gonna work, bro?
gonna work at all.
All
At
right,
all.
so that's that discussion. I think we're gonna continually have this discussion. So
I have a lot
Shamar,
of
join us.
opinions on it, bro. A
Yeah,
lot of
I
opinions.
do
We can
too.
talk later.
Oh, but let's go to
Yeah.
the game itself. Okay,
Mhm.
so I kind of feel that this was a microcosm of what the finals is gonna look like. But I want to
Really?
show you something. Yeah, I want to show you
Interesting.
something.
Okay.
17 of 40 from three.
Food.
God.
Okay, 5 of
Oh,
32 from three, bro.
yikes.
That is a grand total of what?
50%
70,
from three?
72 3-pointers shot in this game, bro.
I don't know if you
Do
guys
you
were
want?
watching the live stream with Kevin Garnett and Paul Pierce.
No, I
Bro,
didn't watch that.
I was watching that instead of the game because the game was boring. The whole time these guys are, I think you guys go back and watch it on YouTube. But the whole time these guys are talking, they're like, "Yo, what are we watching?"
Yeah.
Everyone is pulling up for three. Guys are getting into their move just to hit a three. It's like,
Like this guy right here, Lou Dort.
when are we playing basketball?
Bro, look at this. 0 for 4 from three.
That man
Bro,
did
after
cardio,
the third miss, yo, it's time.
and
It's
he's not a
time, bro.
shooter. He's not a shooter,
Okay, but
bro.
here's
You
the
get
thing.
benched for that.
Here's the
You
thing.
know?
Here's the thing. Here's the
Yeah,
thing in today's NBA. Here's the thing in
right.
today's NBA. Those are all good shots because he was open. This is what today's NBA has given us.
Bro,
This is
So,
what today's NBA has given us. That just
that's the
because you're
problem for you.
open, it's
That's the
considered a
problem.
good shot.
all
It's
right,
not a
I'm gonna
good
go.
shot.
Okay,
It's not a
I'm gonna
good
go there.
shot. You're
I'm gonna
0
go
for
there.
3. The fourth one is not a good shot. You
It's not a
shouldn't
good
take
shot,
the fourth
for
one.
sure.
No,
It's not a
Yeah,
good shot.
if you're not a
I,
shooter, you're not a shooter. Why are you shooting?
let me
Regardless,
let's go there. Let's go there,
regardless,
guys.
you're 0 for
Let's go there.
3. The fourth one
Yeah,
is not a good.
It's
Don't
not a
shoot
good
the
shot.
fourth one.
no,
Dribble
no.
in and get to the basket. Do something else. The
Shamar,
fourth one
So we
in the
grew.
same spot is not a good shot.
Shamar. What happened to the pump fake?
Oh, guys don't
DeMar
do that.
DeRozan
He
kept it
took
for
all
his
of them.
damn self.
So, anyway, I want to go there because I kind of think the league, and I'll show you that because we were literally just about to talk about this, but I
Mhm.
think the league is getting like here. Let me show you the screen. Adam Silver looking at the critiques of the increased 3-point volume. Now,
Bro,
I have a few ideas of how to stop more 3-pointers.
okay.
Okay, so I want you guys to hear this. First, push back the 3-pointer. Okay, it's two things, twofold. Push back the
Absolutely.
3-point line 1 foot and make the court bigger.
Bro, they're already shooting from almost half. What do you mean?
Not gonna make it.
Yes, but
It's not gonna make it.
okay. Analytically,
Yeah.
it won't happen. They will not let PO players that cannot shoot that far out strength wise to shoot them. Because
They'll figure it out.
it's not analytically a
But
good
then,
shot
okay,
anymore.
but if you stretch it out a foot, you still got the corner three, which is the same thing.
No,
The corner
that's why
three
I say
can't be stretched out.
extend the court. So the reason why I say extend the court is because the NBA court has not changed in a while. And our players are taller, faster, bigger. They're getting injured more. Now to spread out the space, and that was one of my ideas about making the quarters 10 minutes instead of 12 minutes to cut down on the amount of wear and tear on the players, and
It
then make this
sounds
court bigger so
it
that there's
sounds
more
like
space on the floor.
it sounds like you're gonna run the players into the ground because if you make the court bigger and the what would you say? What was less again? The time.
10-minute quarters instead of 12.
So now guys are gonna be rushing to quick. Because remember, this is the NBA's fault, and not to stray from your point, but the NBA wanted I remember it was like
Mhm.
07 or 08. They wanted more points to be scored. You remember games used to be like 84, 86? Like,
No,
and it was like
69, 68.
yeah, but
Remember
like
those
84
Detroit games?
was like a 120. If a guy
Yeah.
scored like when the Nash and those guys played and they scored 105, it was like, oh my god, these guys were crazy, right? But it was mostly 2-pointers and a couple threes. But the
Yeah.
NBA did this. The NBA did this to themselves. So now, if you start to stretch a court a little more,
Mhm.
and you reduce the quarters, guys are gonna be chucking shots like crazy. I'm telling you, you move that line further back, they're gonna keep testing their range because they're already doing it now.
But then it's not going to. They're doing it now. But like I still feel that the guy like, what's his name, Like a Lou Dort's not going to take that shot.
For sure.
You know what I
It
mean?
will
Like
be
I feel it will limit the guys that can shoot. It will change that behavior. Now it's got to be more of an inside game because that 3-point shot is not as valuable analytically anymore as it
right.
used to be. And that's where my thinking is. And then the 10-minute quarters is more about these players are complaining about wear and tear, the amount of games that they're playing. We can't take away the amount of games, but if we shorten the quarters,
I agree.
now it's like the international game. They're
Guys
still
don't even
playing.
play anyways, bro. They these injuries. Like, look, we had Bruce Brown said 3 weeks ago he's gonna be back in 2
Yo,
weeks. It's been a
do
month
you
and a
remember
half.
when I said that Bruce Brown should not be called on this podcast? That man is a cheeser.
I'm making a point
Okay?
because you're talking about guys are talking about wear and tear. This guy's been injured since what? August? He had the surgery?
The man
A
had the
minor
surgery after he
surgery,
got signed. This man
minor
cheesed my
surgery.
day.
Listen to me, man. This I don't think the NBA should change it. The problem for me is not a rule thing or a court thing. I think the problem is fundamentally, like, these guys run a 3-on-1 fast break and run to the corners for threes.
I have two
When
things
did
to
we
say about
start
that.
doing that, bro?
Never.
God,
When I
I have
used
two
to
things
do
to
the
say about
3-man
that.
weave, the guy on the corner went into the basket, bro. That's the
Oh my
easiest
God, I have two things to say, man.
shot. The men them run to the corners now, bro.
Mm,
What are we doing?
mm.
But Sheldon, if
Sheldon,
that's a
Sheldon,
Change it
harder
all you
shot,
want, bro. It's
Oh,
not gonna
Sheldon,
change the fact of these guys doing. Yeah,
you
go ahead.
you saw that in New Jersey game. It was Dennis Schroeder on the break, wasn't it? Wasn't it?
Yes.
That's
God,
how the same fucking.
damn,
Bro,
Schroeder, man.
he run to the
I
corner,
saw
bro.
I saw the play and I got the heebie-jeebies. My skin crawled. Like it was like this isn't right. It was like that shouldn't happen.
It should not happen at all.
The other idea I have is take away corner threes completely.
Okay,
See, Andre,
so I don't.
now you. Oh,
I
But
personally,
make
I
it a
don't
2.
like. I don't like changing the game, changing
the
The
fundamentals.
fabric. But
the
it has
structure of the
okay,
game
but you guys
the
gotta
players are
remember.
shooting more. Just because
No,
the
but you
players
guys
are
gotta
doing
remember
more of one thing.
that the 3-point line wasn't incorporated for a very long time, and there was the same type of rhetoric. Why are we changing the game that we love? The players change, so you have to change with the players. And I know we love this game. Whatever,
Hold
baseball
on,
had to do it.
hold
Baseball
on.
had
Is
to
it the
change.
players that change, or has the
Yes,
strategy changed?
it's the
Because
same
Strategies
thing.
change.
It's the
because
same
we
thing.
because we moved away. Okay, remember, I don't know if you guys remember the NBA was talking about this whole positionless basketball. Like, we're
Yes.
here now, and they hate it, right? They forced it on us. They're like, let's do this positionless thing where 5 out and the whole Golden State stuff, where they're like,
But you
oh,
know
you
why
can't
they
win.
hate it, right?
What do
Because
you mean?
there's this big European guy that's dominating the NBA now, and he's a 7-footer. So now they're thinking about, oh, now we need a 7-footer.
Listen, when Golden State won that 2015 championship, I'll never
Mhm.
forget. Charles Barkley was like, "You can't win championships shooting threes," and
Yeah,
then they won the next 3 or 4 or whatever it was,
yeah.
or 3 out of 4, right? And then the entire league is like, "Okay, we don't have Steph Curry on the team, but let's start shooting threes like them to try to win championships."
It makes sense though. Like think about it.
How?
Analytically,
I'm listening.
3-point is more than a 2-pointer. Okay,
Okay, now let me
if you're
challenge that.
shooting, no,
Let me
hold on,
challenge
no,
that.
let me finish. Let me finish.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Right, if you're shooting 35% from 3,
Mhm.
I hate the
you
math.
are making more points, and it's a
Sure,
better shot,
sure.
especially if it's from the corner.
Okay, now let me
I
challenge you.
don't think I don't. Okay, go ahead and challenge that, but
Challenge you. So
it's true.
after Golden State won 2017, 2018 with KD, right? They were shooting threes like crazy,
Yeah.
right? Everyone's like, the whole league's like, let's change the fabric of our culture. Let's start shooting threes, right?
Mm-hmm.
The next 3 champions, right? The next 3 champions,
Mm-hmm.
the Raptors,
Yeah.
the Lakers, and the Bucks.
Yeah.
Non 3-point shooting teams. Their best players played in the paint. Kawhi Leonard, LeBron James, and Giannis Antetokounmpo. Right?
Okay. I can
These teams
even
were
tell
not
you this.
3-point
The
shooting
Lakers
teams.
shot more threes though. They shot more
Hold
threes.
on,
They
can I?
Not,
never
not
made
in the
more.
Not in the bubble.
Can I add to his point? Can I add to his point?
Yeah, go ahead.
Kel's
Go ahead.
point
Yeah.
too. Also, so two things. So one, like that team's amount of threes in today would be bottom, would be last.
Yeah.
That's my point.
And number two, they had players who also had full NBA games, like mid-range games. Steph
Right.
has a mid-range game. Clay has a mid-range game. They had
Mhm.
guys who had mid-range games. So it's not like they were out there blasting out threes. They
Mm-mm.
were making a lot, but they
Yeah.
were
But
also playing a complete game of basketball, which
And they
teams
had
today are
centers
not
on their
doing.
teams.
I'd also like to
We
add
have
to it.
teams with centers who can't post up, and we have teams with guards who can't pass the ball.
That is the problem right there.
Yeah, and
Like
I
that doesn't
also
make
want
any
to add
sense
to
to
it
me.
that those teams that you just listed were all at least top five in defense.
Absolutely. But guess what?
Top five.
The issue we have now is nobody plays defense, right? A guy
Well,
like Damian
what's
Mitchell.
defense if you're shooting from 40 foot from the
No,
basket?
but
Hence
but this
why
is my
I'm
point.
saying now
This is my
that's why I
point.
say now you're a foot further, right? At like a friggin' Bobby Portis is not shooting.
Still
Okay,
gonna
but
chuck it,
here's the
bro. I'm
thing.
telling you.
Hold on, no.
It's
I
not
don't. I
Yeah.
don't
analytically
think.
good.
Hold on, Andrew, Andre. I don't think. I don't think giving more space is going to help because you're gonna give more space for the drive and then more space for the kick. Right
Okay,
when
The
guys come over
pause,
the
mentality is
pause,
still
help,
pause,
the
pause.
same.
Hold on, pause. If
Yeah.
there's more space for the drive, wouldn't that be the more higher percentage shot? Because
You're,
players are not going to collapse.
you're going against
Andre,
your own point because you said three
these
is more
guys
than
are
two.
turning down layups for
Yeah,
threes,
that's what we're
bro.
saying.
I'm
Yes.
no, I understand that, but I'm talking about analytically, right? If that is
Right.
1 foot further, it is
Yeah.
still
Andre,
not. It is a worse shot
Andre,
than in front
we
of the
have
net.
we have players sitting in the paint,
Yeah.
looking at the rim and deciding
Yeah.
to pass the ball away.
Kick
We
it out.
have
Yeah.
players coming down from an offensive rebound in the
Ben
paint
Simmons.
and kicking the ball out. Andre, I am a point guard. You know what I learned to do with the ball when I got it in the paint? Go the fuck back
Lay
up.
that bitch up. Man. Yeah.
Go up strong, go up hard. And
Hey,
That's
I'm
it.
5 foot.
That's
I'm
it.
I'm trying to
5'6".
help the NBA here, bro. I don't know. I
These
A
guys
I
change in
are
the
would
game will
be.
not
like
work, bro.
Andre,
It's
think
so
about this.
true
And
though.
it was the start of it. It was like kind of think about how mad you got at Serge Ibaka when he used to get the ball
Oh,
15 feet out from the rim and didn't know what the fuck to do and wouldn't shoot it.
uh,
Think about how mad you used to get, because
talking
I know I used
facts,
to get
man.
that
You're
mad,
talking facts. Yeah.
right?
Yep.
So now you're gonna have these guys in wide open lanes.
Yep.
Yes, they might be at the rim,
Yep.
but when somebody collapses, they're still gonna want to kick it out
Pass it
to
out.
a
Yeah.
three because a three is worth more
Yep.
than two.
Bro, the NBA
And
has
and
30
and he's
coaches
gonna
on the sideline.
and he's gonna be even
Oh, I'm
more
losing
wide
this.
open
I'm
because
losing
you've
this one.
just spaced the floor out. He's gonna be
Yeah,
even
he's right.
more wide.
He's right.
Think about hockey. Think about NHL hockey versus Olympic hockey,
Yeah.
Mm, that's true.
right?
Mm,
Olympic hockey's bigger. It's more spaced out. It's still 5-on-5
Yeah.
yeah.
hockey,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but you
Exactly.
get more. You get more opportunities to do
To
things. There's
shoot,
more
score.
space. If you give these
Yeah.
guys way more space, and you still have like, I'm not saying get rid of the 3 point line. I'm just saying I don't think making the court bigger is going to actually help the problem because there's players whose nicknames start with logo, bro.
So
That's
okay,
his
so then
nickname.
instead of taking, then what about taking away the corner three, making it worth a two?
It's just gonna give them another opportunity to shoot somewhere else. That's it.
Like
Yeah, but it's
above the
easier
break
to
threes only.
yeah, just like right where that break is when it
Yeah.
comes
Yeah.
down straight, like just
The
that, get
issue.
rid of that.
The issue, Dre, is not the like we're saying. It's not the size of the court or the space. The issue is the mentality, really, because like
But the
okay, you
mentality
watch.
comes from the rules. Like if you think
From
about
the
James Harden, right?
analytics. From the
Yeah,
analytics.
Yeah.
the
From the
rules and the
analytics.
analytics. Like James Harden, he
Yeah.
knew the rule. One thing that made him so effective is that he knew the rules to a point that he could manipulate the rules
Yeah. The whole
for
foul
his
baiting
favor.
nonsense. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm
Yeah.
saying, like, I think if you we talk about this thing called affordances and
Mm,
in design, right? If
mm-mm.
you put barriers in the way, they will have to go around it. They just
So you're
have
saying,
to.
so you're
And
saying
it's
they'll
what
adjust over time.
They
That's
will
basic.
adjust. Yeah, I think a player like I said, like even Torian Prince, Bobby
Yeah,
Portis, they don't take logo threes. Only a select few do, and they're
true.
not going to take it. But I kind of understand your point where if we make the court bigger, they'll have more time to take the
They will
three.
be chucking that
Yeah.
ball like you've
So
never seen, bro.
I
You
don't know
remember
what.
NBA Jam when he used to shoot from half and that ball was on fire?
Oh,
That'll be these guys like half court,
hey,
bro. It's gonna get
hey,
nasty.
That's why I'm
you
against
found
the
that?
4 point line. The 4 point
No, that
line,
was
I'm
dumb.
against
No,
that.
we can't do.
I hate
No.
that
No, we
stuff.
can't do the 4 point line. We're not doing the
No,
4 point line. That's not a
All right.
thing.
This
We just need to
conversation was
figure out
great.
how to get these threes down. That's it.
yeah, that's it.
All right.
The
Other than
last
the threes, the game. What did you guys think about the cup, the NBA Cup as a whole?
boring, man.
Um,
Oh, as a whole, sorry, sorry.
as
Yeah.
a whole, yeah. What did you guys think
Really
of it
good,
as a whole?
really good. I like the
Um,
competitiveness.
should,
Go ahead, Shamar. No, go ahead, go ahead, go ahead. Go
um, slightly confusing.
Hmm.
ahead. Yeah,
I feel like
Like what portion was confusing? What do you think?
the when it came down to it, one team need to score did by 28 to win by 48 to not
point
like it's just
differentials.
Hmm.
find a cleaner way. Like I
Hmm.
understand there might not I don't like if that's your tiebreaker, that's your tiebreaker. But I feel like we got to the tiebreaker way too early.
Hmm.
Yeah,
There's got to
yeah,
be a
yeah,
cleaner way to decide this without going to points like that early. Also, I feel like they rushed it, or it's just really short.
Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah.
I
I
feel
feel, I
like
feel like they didn't get a
I
chance to
feel
like come back.
yeah.
If you lost the game, it's like okay, these guys are out automatically. Like the Raptors were out, I think after game one, if I'm not
Game
mistaken.
two. Yeah. Yeah.
Was
So
game one or
were
two?
the
They said
Celtics. I think so were the Celtics this
yeah, yeah.
weekend.
No, Celtics lost. Like they were in 3-1, and yeah, they went 3-1, but ended up losing out over
Some
the
team lost
points.
by the way. I
So
just feel like
Yeah.
3-1 did.
the time
Mm.
span it takes place in could be
Celtics
stretched
went
out
three
a
and one.
little bit longer so we could enjoy it more. Like I
How
feel
does
like
it
it
Yeah,
work in
started and then it
soccer?
was over.
Shamar, so you know soccer. How does it work in soccer? Because this is what it's supposed to mimic. It's like a cup, like a
The
Champions
cup
League kind of
game.
cup kind of thing.
Yeah. So when I was coming up and we would have cup games, like they would they would be slightly different because they wouldn't necessarily be against teams you played against regularly,
Mm,
right?
got it.
Sometimes they would be against teams outside of your division.
Mhm.
Sorry, outside of your city area, right? So like we
mm,
Right.
grew up in Mississauga. We're playing Mississauga ball. We're playing teams from Brampton, Oakville, you know what I mean,
Oh,
Erin Mills, maybe as far
yeah.
as Toronto, Etobicoke, teams like that. But if it's a
Right.
cup game, you might get a team from Niagara Falls. You might get a
mm,
team from London coming down, St. Catharines coming down,
So like way out.
Peterborough. You might
Yeah,
right.
mm.
got it.
So I felt like to me having like Western Conference teams in the same group is kind of a waste.
Mm,
Mm.
Like I'd rather it be more special and have an Eastern Conference team play a Western Conference team when they're not going to really play them that often. Like
that
make
would
it
have been
Mm.
feel
cool.
more
Yeah.
special. I get it's the round robin, but if they mix to me, if they mix the teams and had East Coast, West Coast
Hmm.
and figured out the travel from there, then maybe like I don't know, not just make it more exciting, but it make it less predictable.
But
You know what,
didn't the league
Shamar?
want to, sorry, Dre, didn't the league want
Yeah,
to do that 1-16 thing where they
yeah,
didn't
they're
do it by
talking about it.
conference? So that would have been
It
a
just
nice way to introduce it, no? Don't you think?
Yeah, so this is where some another discussion I want to have about the divisions and about competition.
Mm-hmm.
I am under the belief that these conferences should actually be more separate and that they should be more games within conference and have the West versus East more rare than usual. Because I feel like that those games can be like marquee games, more
Mm-hmm.
exciting. And then when you talk about the cup and having them mix, that would be even better, right? I think
question.
that these divisions don't oh, so go ahead.
Do you want it like baseball where you don't necessarily play every team every year?
Yes,
Yeah, we were
yes,
mentioning that.
and
Yeah.
and the reason why I would do this is because we can make expansion even bigger. Because now instead of we have 15 teams, say it's 20 teams per conference, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, they play each other. The rivalries would make more sense.
Yeah, that's
The
what I want to see.
divisions would make way more sense because now instead of you playing them 4 times, you're playing it 6 or 7 times, and now there's
Mhm.
actual rivalries, right? But then if the West and the East don't meet too much, when they do meet, it's now a
Big.
marquee game,
It's
right?
big.
The only issue why I don't think they want it, is that every single team want the Lakers to come to their city.
That's the problem. Capitalism, man.
Yeah, they want the Lakers, and it
They
doesn't
want to see
matter
Steph
how
doing
good
warm ups and all that
how
nonsense.
good they are, how bad they are. There are Laker fans in
Yeah,
every single city, and and
yeah.
that's why I think they don't do it. But imagine now we have a 20-team conference where
Mhm,
you have divisions, and they are battling it out against each other, and
mhm,
then we do a cup thing where now they're playing against the West, and it's like, oh, I haven't seen this Clippers team play because they're in the West Coast. Let me see
mhm,
what they're about.
Mm.
Now you're
mhm.
getting like, oh, what? That's kind of crazy. Or what if the East is really bad? Like there's a really bad team in the East, but the West is like really bad as well, and that really bad team just dominates the West. It's like, oh,
Mm,
what's going on here? Like that's why I like the American League versus the National League kind of
yeah,
thought process.
yeah.
Like having, say, we have a New York team, put them in the National League or something like that. So it's not even about like East versus West. It's almost like this style of play versus
Just
that style of
teams.
play.
Just a bunch of
Teams.
teams. Just a
Yeah.
bunch
I like
of
the idea.
teams in a group.
I like the idea of the rivalry thing. I think we should, not we, but the NBA should focus more on that because right now you have the leagues are the conferences are too top heavy, right?
Yeah.
Even in the West now, it's like there's a little bit of separation where the teams that were good a couple years ago are not really building on that. Like the Kings have taken a huge step back, the last couple years. The Pelicans were in the playoffs a couple years ago. Now the whole team is injured. Now they're trying to trade everybody. Like
Yeah.
a lot of teams in both conferences are not really building on top of their success that they had. Maybe the one year they had a run. Like how the Raptors had that consistent growth. Like I'm not
Yeah.
seeing that with a lot of teams. There's just a lot of top heavy teams in the
Like,
league right
like look how they do the conference. This is just on Google. They just put the Eastern Conference and a Western Conference.
now. Like bro,
It doesn't even
Go
make
back to the
sense.
East. Go back to the East.
Yeah.
The Heat,
East.
the Hawks, the Pacers, the Bulls have been in this like 6, 7, 8, 9 range for
Yeah.
like the last 8 years. It feels like.
Yeah.
You know what I
Real
mean?
quick to your quick thing about the rivalries.
Yeah.
Hmm.
It's hard as fans. It's hard to get behind a rivalry when after the game, player
Or
top player
hugging.
from one team, top player from the two teams are dapping up each other
Facts.
and
That's
trading
facts.
jerseys
That's
and
facts.
That's why I
messaging
like
on
Dylan Brooks.
Instagram.
That's why I like
You know what
Dylan
I
Brooks.
mean?
He
So like,
stares people down like this before the
it's
games.
okay, but what we all know it's fake now.
They're
Like
all friends, man.
it's like
Yeah.
WWE at this point, right? Like I'm
Yeah.
not buying into it. I'm not buying into it. Like you can be competitive on the court. I'm not expecting you to
Yeah.
hate each other off the court. So for
Mhm.
me,
No.
the rival, like there are no more NBA rivalries.
Yeah.
There
You
are
know
like
why?
it doesn't
Because
make sense
we see these guys play, like during the summer. We see all these
playing with each
runs, and they're
other.
all hanging out together, playing with
They're
each other, and
chilling.
like yeah,
They're
like
all
going
each
on
other's
vacation together.
their families are all each other's godparents and
Yeah.
everything. They're all uncles
Yeah.
and
I
aunties
don't
and
want to see
all
that.
of them.
They share
It's
girlfriends. It's like, ugh.
the only
Speaking of
rivalries
that,
the only rivalries that stand are the ones that were in the NBA in the
the
50s and
traditional
60s. You can
ones.
always say
Yeah.
that
Yeah. Yeah.
the Lakers and the Celtics, and it's not even just a rivalry. That's just a
It's
head to
not
head now. It's just a
Yeah.
clash.
exactly.
It's just two teams that have a history,
Yep.
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
Like all you have is histories now. You don't have rivalries, you have histories. All these
Mhm.
they just right like I don't know. So I just
Dude.
back in the day, like when Barkley played for Philly and they went to Boston, you knew that he was holding it down for Philly. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
And he wasn't gonna shake no Boston man's hand after the game. That's just the way it
Hell
is.
no.
No.
But
No. It's funny you say that. We brought up the friendship, but like this came out on Paul George's podcast, of course.
what?
Words, yeah, words have been thrown around that shouldn't have been thrown out there between two men. Um,
Oh my god.
the kind that
Oh my god.
drew the line for me. So it looks like Paul George and Chris Paul friendship has ended. Supposedly, Sheldon, you say that Chris Paul is not really liked around the league. Please
No, he's
enlighten
not.
us.
I've heard. I don't. Is Sheldon
Oh,
still here? He's
Sheldon's
not.
gone.
Sorry, now
Oh,
I'm
he's
back.
gonna
I've
jump
heard
back.
that too. I was gonna say I've heard that too. That
Yeah,
CP3's an asshole.
He's not. Yeah,
true.
he's not liked, man. No one likes this
Like
guy.
you
And
remember, you remember that time when James Harden slapped his hand in the game, but they lost.
like,
Oh my
my
god.
teammates should not be slapping my hand when we're talking about strategy
Yeah,
and about the game. Like, that just tells me everything I need to know.
yeah.
You know, like if Rondo started to wants to fight you, it's something like something's going on there. But I don't know. I think with Chris Paul, I think his career started off, and we're all like, "Yo, this guy's gonna be a generational player," and he just stayed mid the whole time. He goes to what's it called? He goes to LA. Got two great young guys in DeAndre and Blake Griffin, and nothing
Hmm.
comes of it. Then you start this whole tour of going to bad teams and making them good, going to bad teams making them good, but he never really like moves the needle at all. For someone who's a really great point guard or the point guard, like he hasn't really done nothing special to me. Right? He
Hmm.
goes
You're
around,
not
he
wrong.
does his thing, but like
He
this
went
is
to
his
he went to
career now,
one final, and that was
and got mollywopped after game 2. Like,
He's the best point guard to make it nowhere in the playoffs.
no, thank you. Say that. It's
Like
crazy.
it's
With
weird.
his
he
talent,
always gets injured at the wrong times, bro.
wrong time, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
I
the
know what
weirdest
you're
thing
saying.
for Chris Paul, man. It's weird. I don't get it either. We thought that he would, move on to do.
At least
I
one or two.
One thing that you can't really hold against him is Stern did block that trade.
Yeah, yeah,
Yes.
yeah, yeah,
Oh
yeah.
my. Do
Yeah.
you remember that, Shamar?
Yeah.
We
Stern
were
blocked
so pissed,
Yeah.
man.
that.
Oh
Yeah.
my
You
gosh.
know why I was mad too? Because I'm like, Shaq just left. Kobe had those 2 bad years in like '06, '07, and then it's like, oh, he's gonna get Chris Paul. Oh, we're back, baby. We're back. Nope. Locked.
For a whole couple, I couldn't believe it. All right,
That was
let's. I have one more story, and then Sheldon, I want to get to your story.
yeah.
Last story is we got a message from Greg Popovich. Hope he does better. But I understand this statement, and I'm not trying to be insensitive,
Yeah.
right? But I wonder if it's kind of time for him to just part
Step
ways
away.
with the Spurs. Just take a step back and
Be
let the
hard to do,
Spurs
man.
be the Spurs and let him focus on his health
Mhm.
and his family. And, remember when his wife passed away and it was so
Yeah.
sad, yet he still
Kept
kept
coaching
on working and
to
coaching.
the Olympics and everything.
Like, what's the point now? Like, it's not like the Spurs are in that position to kind of win anything. So he's not, and he's trained so many different coaches and
Yeah.
GMs to
Yeah.
kind of do what he does, and he's made a humongous mark
Oh
on
yeah.
this league.
Oh yeah.
What more does he need to prove? And that's why I wonder if it's time for him to just kind of chillax and just let the Spurs kind of start to run things on their own. What are
You
your
know,
guys' thoughts on this?
go ahead, Shamar.
Yeah. I mean, all good things must come to an end, right?
Mhm.
And I think Popovich has had an epic run in San Antonio. Like he's the longest standing coach in the NBA right now, but like by far, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Mhm. Only
And
other
and
one
not
is
to mention
Spoelstra.
Mhm.
right, and he's been with the same team, just like Spoelstra, but he's been with
Yeah.
one team. You know what I mean? That's the team that he came up with. So
Mhm.
I mean, it's kind of an end of an era, and it's sad that it had to end like this. I really, really hope. Obviously, he's okay, and this isn't like.
Mhm.
I really just hope he's okay. Like a
Yeah.
stroke is no joke. I
Yeah.
don't want to rhyme,
Mhm.
but
Yeah.
it's not a game, right? Like it's very serious, and I hope that when it did happen, people were around him so they could get to him in time, so that
Yeah.
the recovery will be a lot easier and the damage will be a lot less.
Hmm.
But it's the perfect opportunity for him to step away from the game, right? Like
Yep.
Mhm.
just take it as a sign almost, and gracefully bow out. Let
Yeah.
the Spurs figure out Wemby. As much as I think that Wemby needs a coach like Popovich
Yeah.
in this
Mhm.
NBA,
You can call him, man. Call him on the side.
we'll,
Yeah.
we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. I hope is Timmy still there in the background? Is he still
I
there?
believe so.
I
Yeah.
think he's like a consultant kind of thing.
Yeah. something like that.
I just don't
Well,
like
I
that
mean,
they're making
yeah.
him take so many threes. That's ridiculous, bro.
You
No,
keep
it's
saying they're making him do. They ain't making him do nothing. What are you talking about? He's been doing that since France.
He needs
You
to
know,
stop.
he's been
He
doing
needs
that
to
since
stop.
France. But I think Pop, like Shamar said, take it as a sign. I believe that there's nothing left to prove, man. You've done it all, man. You know what I mean? You've
Mhm.
gotten the bad organization to very respectable levels. Like you was it like playoffs for like 20 years, I think it was with Timmy.
20
Like
straight,
that
20
whole
straight
stretch,
playoffs.
yeah, and five rings. Like, come on, you did it with two different generations of
Three,
players. Was it three different
three,
generations?
three generations.
No,
Yeah,
I'm saying the championship. So you did it with Timmy and
David.
David Robinson. Then you had
hmm
the big three. Then you had Kawhi. So
hmm
like proven that you can coach at every level. You've won gold medals. You've taken the team from nothing to something. Now you got another number one pick.
hmm
You groomed other players. You groomed coaches, like you guys said. So
Not
I
on
think
coaches, man.
I
His
think,
Marcus
coaches.
felt throughout the league.
bro,
Coaches,
Coaches.
GMs, everything.
if he leaves, the Popovich playbook is not going anywhere.
No.
So he's good. Like he doesn't have to prove anything. I think right now it's a personal thing for him. Like
hmm
he's got to be ready himself to walk away from the game, and I think that's probably the hardest thing. After being
Who wants
involved
to
for so
go out
long.
like that, right?
Yeah,
Who wants
exactly.
to go out like that?
He probably wants his farewell tour, right? Like Kobe,
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
You want to
All
go
right.
out walking. You want to go out walking.
for sure.
Sheldon, what's the next story? Can you share your screen or
Oh no, I just
you
want
want
to
me
talk
to
about
pull
this
it up?
the game, bro. The game with the Warriors. How
Okay.
Steph Curry went,
Mm.
what was it? 0 for a lot.
Oh my gosh.
You remember Sam Mitchell? You got some players that played tonight that went 0, 0, 0, 0.
0, 0.
Bro, the Warriors lost 144-93, dog.
Well, let's
What are
pull
we
this
talking
up.
about here? Draymond Green, 19
144.
minutes, 0
What?
points, 0 rebounds, 0
No.
assists,
How's
0
that
for
for?
4, no free throws, 0 for 1 from 3. Andrew Wiggins, 19 points, probably the best player tonight. Brandon
I thought it
Poncho
was a
Simpson,
typo.
Well, how are you minus 42, bro?
dog.
I thought
Steph
it
And
was a
Curry.
Steph
mistake.
was minus 41. What?
Steph Curry only played 24 minutes. 2 points, 3 rebounds, 1 assist, 0 for 7 from the field, 2 for 2 from the free throw line, 0 for 6 from 3-point range. Right?
Bro, man,
Like,
man's was minus 41.
minus 41. Look at the starting lineup, bro. Draymond Green, minus 42. Andrew Wiggins, minus 33. Kevon Looney, minus 23. Jonathan Kuminga, minus 23.
Okay,
Like,
who scored on this? Like
bro,
average, yo. What the heck
this
happened, yo?
this is one of those games where we're gonna circle in the playoffs. If they meet in the playoffs,
Yeah.
Steph Curry's gonna average like 45. I'm just to
Jesus.
let you know right now.
Sheldon, I'm gonna burst your bubble. I don't think
Go
Warriors
ahead,
are
go
making
ahead.
playoffs, yo.
Whoa.
Uh,
Slow your roll.
I
Slow
don't
your
think they're
roll.
making playoffs. I think they'll maybe make a play-in. But let me show you why. I'm gonna show you the standings
Wow.
real quick
They're 4-12.
because
I'm watching it.
the
They're
Warriors
18 right
aren't as good as they came out so good, but I'm saying they're not as good as they say. They're too small. They're playing Pozinski, and he's not as good as he
now.
thought. Like, okay, let's look at the thing. They're 10th right now. Okay, San Antonio and the Kings can easily come and take that spot.
You
How
got
are they
10?
going to?
Wait, hold on. How
They're in
come you
10th
got
right
10?
now.
I got them at 8th spot
Okay,
on the
but
score app.
if you say that, then you could also say that like a few more wins and they'd be fifth.
Absolutely.
Yes, but
And
it's not about that. It's about the way that the defense and the offense are trending with the Golden
okay.
State Warriors. Um,
How much stock do we put into regular season games with a team like the Warriors who have been
but
in the
if you can't make the
finals?
playoffs, fam, you can't
Well,
do it. You gotta
listen,
make the playoffs.
I
You
agree,
know.
but listen, the 8 seed Heat went to the finals a couple years ago because they were
But they weren't an 8 seed though.
what do you mean they weren't an 8 seed? They were an 8
No, I
seed.
mean as in talent wise, they weren't an 8 seed. at that time. I don't think they were.
Well,
Like
these guys
this
are not,
Golden State
not
team,
a 10
they
seed
have
talent
no
wise.
size. They have no size. They can't. Sometimes they go, which is so weird. They
Yeah.
go minutes without scoring baskets because they can't
Okay, so
create sometimes, right? Because you can't.
question:
Yeah.
Shamar's braining.
Has they has Steph ever been paired with a legitimate center?
Yes. Andrew Bogut.
Legitimate?
Like le,
Oh,
like
stop it.
legitimate
Andrew
center.
Bogut is a legitimate center. What are you saying?
I'm sorry. When he was in the Warriors, he was a shell of himself. What are we talking about?
What if he didn't get injured, bro? They would have won that
Is
2 in a
Bogut a
row.
center or power? Okay, hold on.
Center.
Is
Center.
Bogut a just center or just a power forward who knows what he's doing?
He's a center. He's a
He's
center.
I'll give
He's
him
a
that.
center. No, he was good for that, bro.
Okay,
He wasn't going to play.
Okay, so
He had
that
the
was the
role
last
play.
time.
Yes,
That
that
was
was
the last
literally the last time
Yeah.
because
he was
David Lee
paired with
doesn't
a
count.
legitimate center.
And
Yeah.
guess what? How many championships have they
No.
won since?
1, 2, 3,
All right.
3.
I can't listen. We talked about it last episode. If Steph Curry is on your team, I cannot count them out yet, bro. I'm sorry. I can't. I watched these guys win a championship 2 years ago. Can you name the starting five?
Oh, okay. Sorry. Good thing you brought that up, Charles. Because I
Yeah.
was watching the episode. I typed all up in the comments. I got one thing to say about that, and I was talking
Yeah.
to Andre.
Oh, he wants to talk about the
me hear
Steph
you.
Curry
two
shot.
things.
Though.
Two things can be true at the same time. We know this, right?
Right.
Okay. You have all the confidence in the world for Steph Curry to take that shot. It was a bad shot.
I've seen them shoot many bad shots.
Listen, hold on.
And that wasn't
in the
one of
text
them.
of it, listen, in the context of the game of the NBA and respecting the game of the NBA and the things that we know work in the NBA, when you get down to the wire, you're supposed to leave as little time as possible on the clock. And when you
That's
don't,
true.
you leave
That's true.
room for shit to happen.
That's true.
Right?
Kobe Bryant.
So by shooting early, you know you're not supposed to, just like when parents tell you you're supposed to do something and you don't do it, or you're opposite.
Right.
You disrespected the game. Right?
Well,
Just
his
because
whole thing is ruin the game, right? His whole mantra, ruin the game.
just because it's Steph doesn't change that's the issue we're having in the NBA. People are thinking that just when if Steph can take it, it's a good shot because Steph no. It's still a bad shot. Just a really good shooter took the shot. Really good shooter took the shot.
Okay,
But still a bad shot.
Sheldon, let's watch
Two
this.
things
Let's watch
can be
this.
true.
I'm watching.
Two things can be true.
Yeah.
Bro, just watch.
How much time is on? Look
13,
at how much time is
hold on.
left.
What was the score at this point? Like they were up
They were up
right?
1, yeah.
So this is the dagger to make it a two-position game.
Okay. I get that. Was he pressured into taking that shot?
Not at all.
No.
But
So
Shamar, look how much space. Yes, but what I'm trying to say is he could have waited, but I'm saying look at the space.
Let Shamar go. I want to hear.
Okay.
Andre, go back. He's not being double teamed. The screen doesn't have to come up. He could stand there and wait until 4 seconds left on the clock and get the exact same shot. There was no reason for him to move from that corner at half. None.
Was the shot?
He could have waited. Everybody. The shot clock was at 12.
What was the shot clock?
13.
You can see it in the corner.
At 9.
No, because that's on 0. Okay, that was just sorry. No,
he could right there. Pause it right there. Pause it right there at half. At half. He should have been dribbling the clock out at half, then waiting for 5 seconds to run that play.
Before you continue, running Andre, why did Looney set the screen all the way over here? Like by the Toyota Center sign. What was he doing?
Where are you going?
He wasn't even running to set the screen. What was he doing?
Oh, I see why. Look here. Okay, so this is Aman Thompson.
Sure.
All right. So if he ran the screen,
press play.
If he ran the screen like this, if you ran the screen there, you would run him right into Aman Thompson.
No, the screen is he had it to the left side. Or his right side.
Yeah, but so that's why he tried to readjust. All right, that's
made no sense to me.
Yeah, he shouldn't have done that. He should have stayed in the corner, bro.
But back to your
All I'm
point.
saying
Yeah,
is
go ahead.
right now
Yeah.
is too early to run this play. I
Yeah.
understand it's Steph. You're gonna get the best shot you're gonna get because it's in the best shooter's hands. He
Yeah.
started running that play too early, and you left
I
too
agree
much
with that.
time on the clock.
I
You're
agree
a
with that.
veteran. You should
Yeah.
know better, and
I
you're
agree.
up, so you have no reason to shoot the ball. They should be
So
coming
now,
to you.
so now let's look at it in the context of Steph Curry and his history of taking these
Yeah.
type of shots, right? That OKC game, which is he's famous for, right? The OKC was up 1 or 2 or whatever it was. That shot was horrible.
That was a bad shot,
Horrible shot. It went in,
and it went
right?
in.
He is celebrated
Does
for
it-
that shot going in, not taking the bad shot.
But
But it
Shamar,
doesn't.
look at the
But
space
it
he
doesn't
has.
change the
Look
fact
at
that
look
it
at
was a
that.
bad shot.
No,
It
it does
wasn't
not.
a
Yeah,
bad
no, I
shot.
agree
I
with you.
think no. It wasn't a
It
bad
But you
shot.
have
doesn't
to go
change
It
on,
the
just he
fact
shouldn't
that it
have
was a
taken it at
bad
that
shot.
time. I don't
guys.
think he should have taken it at that time.
Okay,
And I
let's
don't.
get away from Steph Curry. Let's get away from Steph Curry. If Michael Jordan's on the block, right, with 8 seconds and he's down 2 to the Knicks, he makes
And
a
he loses,
fadeaway
and he
shot,
got this amount of space. This
right?
amount of
This one is
space.
off a turnaround shot off the right block, right? Is that a bad shot?
How much? How much time is?
9
How much
seconds.
time is
Eight,
that?
9 seconds on the clock. Same thing. He's double teamed on
Same
the block, makes a
guys,
turnaround
No,
fadeaway.
bro. No, man.
guys,
I don't.
guys,
I don't
Hey,
guys,
agree, man.
you want
guys,
MJ to shoot that?
guys, guys,
I'm
guys.
listening.
What the whole point of running the clock down is to do what?
It's to give the
To
team less
leave
advantage.
no time for your opponent to do
Yeah,
anything.
yeah, I
So
agree.
if you are not doing that, then you're defeating
Yeah.
the purpose of
Right.
running
But
the clock. You're just
my
playing the
thing is,
game.
so
But
if
that's
he
one
hits the
aspect.
shot,
Playing
But
the
if he
game.
hits
if he
And
hit the shot,
at that point,
Yeah.
you're just throwing strategy out the window.
but
absolutely.
okay, all right. But we talk about strategy.
You're just throwing strategy out the window.
Why didn't in my what's his name, the coach of the Houston Rockets, why didn't they foul?
Ime?
I hate that
If we're
strategy.
talking about
that's another
strategy,
thing.
why didn't you foul?
Okay, but
I hate that
okay.
strategy.
You want to know why? Because nobody's done it in the last 20 years.
Yeah.
Yes, they have. No, what
You
are you
want to
talking
talk
about?
about
17?
copycat league? Andre,
No, 18
you want to talk
seconds
about
left on the
copycat
clock.
league?
You're down 1. You foul.
No,
Andre,
they
no.
rarely do that because it
Andre,
doesn't
they
always work
haven't
out.
done it anymore.
Yeah,
They haven't
because
done
guess
it
what?
in the last 20
If
years.
you can see a guy coming to draw that foul, what is my first instinct? Try to shoot that ball, right? And
You're
guys have
thinking
done
about it in reverse, guys. If you're up,
Okay.
you foul. If you're down, you foul immediately so that you can get the time back on the clock to
The
shoot.
same thing.
Then
But
you're
you're
down
gonna see
3.
that. You're gonna see that a mile
Andre,
away though.
we
The
haven't
minute
done
guy
that
puts
in a
out his
long
hand to
time.
reach, that's a good shot. That's not a.
That's a good. And I watch this.
I understand.
This is the point. This right here.
Without the clock, it's a
Yeah.
it's a good shot. In the
Okay, so you.
context of a last minute and a last play,
Yeah.
you're up 1. That's a bad shot because if he shoots that with 3 seconds left, the refs don't get to call this foul.
So what I think
They
you're
don't
looking at
call
it,
this
you're looking at
foul.
it as a coach through the coach's eyes, right? You're looking at it through the coach's eyes. We're looking at it 2 different ways. Because I'm looking at it as a player. If I have that shot with that guy on me, I'm taking it. And I know I'm Steph Curry.
Especially after he was egging you on and talking trash
I'm
to you as
taking
well.
that shot.
Oh
100%.
my god, I'm taking that shot, bro.
Forget strategy, forget
But-
all of that stuff, right? Forget the
but
clock
look what-
management.
You think Kobe wouldn't take that? Kobe would have taken that shot.
Hold on. Last thing I'm gonna let you
Kobe would have waited. Kobe would have waited.
If I hit
I
that
don't
shot,
think so. Nah.
if I hit
Kobe
that
would
shot,
have waited.
right? Last
No,
thing I'm
no,
gonna
time out.
Kobe would not have waited. He would have taken that shot.
You mean to tell me Kobe wouldn't want a shot going up with the buzzer going off?
No, absolutely he would. He would. No, Dre, you're right. He's
I
right.
think he would have shot this, Phil.
Oh, he's right. Dre.
Stop it.
With the space that he had,
rubbish.
with the space that he had, bro, he would have taken that shot.
Kobe would have
because
held
think
his
about it.
hand there until 4 seconds. He would have sent the screen away. He would have took him one-on-one to the exact same spot and taken the exact same shot.
So I'm agreeing with you on the fact that the Warriors are up 1. They had the advantage. You have the ball. You're up 1. A few seconds left in the game. Dribble out as much as possible, right?
Because the double didn't come. So I agree with that.
But at the same time, because you said 2 things can be true. At the same time, I'm Steph Curry. I can ice the game right now.
But where's the double? There's no double.
Oh, Man, I don't
Like
know.
like even Fred VanVleet made a mistake here. What the hell are you
None.
covering Looney? What are you covering Looney for?
No, because you have a non-shooter in the corner. You have what's his name? Gary Payton in the corner. He's a non-shooter. I'm not worried about him at all.
Yeah,
At
that's what
all.
I'm saying. But why would Fred VanVleet be down here? That's
No,
stupid.
his man is right here. No, his man is right here.
His man is right here.
Bro, Gary Payton's right beside him. What are you talking about?
No, when they switched because he was actually covering Looney at the time. Then they
No.
switched
He
and
was
they just
coming across. So he was playing the drop defense.
look.
Watching it, yeah. Watching it. Pause it right here.
Right
Oh,
there.
no, keep going.
That's Looney.
Keep going. Pause right there.
There's Looney.
Look at him on the baseline. He's on the baseline.
Oh,
Yeah, he's on the baseline. Yeah.
he's on the baseline.
No, he didn't
Okay.
leave him. He just tagged Looney because Sengun was playing too high, right? And again, he called the screen.
Yeah, this
early.
was stupid. But who called it screen? I don't think he called the screen. Did he call it?
I don't know. I
Guys,
don't
okay,
know what
pause it.
Looney
No,
was
Andre,
doing,
go back.
bro.
Andre, pause it. Andre, come on. Guys, can we just we're okay.
Yeah.
We're talking about the NBA and how they're dashing up threes and they're doing all
Yes.
sorts of foolishness. And then we're gonna give Steph a blie for shooting a ball 5 seconds
Because
too
it's
early.
him. It's him.
So it's him. This is not Bobby Portis Jr. This is not Bobby Portis Jr. Portis Jr.
Guys,
It's him.
that
That's why.
attitude is what brought us here. That attitude of
You're
it's
right.
him
No, you're
is
right.
what brought
No,
us
you're right.
here.
You're right about that. Though.
Absolutely
it is
right.
Literally that is the exact no. Shamar,
But that's his
where's my
mantra.
clapping thing? That is
But that's his
exactly
mantra.
it.
His mantra is ruin the game. And he
Damon,
did do that.
Damon Stoudemire. Well, no, sorry, Damon Lillard
that?
would have waited. Yeah, you're
Oh,
right.
Dave wanted the
Yeah.
dramatics for sure.
Yeah,
They
he would have
wanted-
waited.
Look, there's whether the shot clock or the game clock,
Yeah.
isn't that what
They
you
would've
want?
won
Isn't that
either
what
way.
you practice?
David
won
said.
either way.
David said they would have
Yeah.
rather him actually get a what's it called? A violation, shot clock violation here, because that would still be 3 seconds, and Houston couldn't hit the back of the net from three
That's
this whole
true.
game.
That's true. Listen, man.
I still think this was a dumb play that he grabbed the rebound and threw it away. Like, come on, bro. Hold on to that.
Because he's a bad
Timeout.
free throw shooter, bro.
Straight about
They
it.
had to
He
foul.
called
Okay, but
call
Andre-
a timeout.
Andre,
agree.
what's one thing we learned? What's one thing we learned in basketball? When you have one wonky pass, what does it lead to?
A bunch of them.
Right? When you
bunch of
pass the ball wild to one person, what's gonna
Yeah.
happen? They're gonna have to catch it and they're gonna pass it wild to somebody else.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? You set off a string.
Why didn't he
Fortunately,
call a timeout, bro?
Steph set up a string of bad IQ.
Yeah. He was looking for the hero play right here.
That
He
I
admitted
have
it. He
the
admitted
game's
it.
over.
mm,
He called timeout, the game is
He
over right there.
admitted it.
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah. No, you're right. You're right.
But guess
and
what?
then Kuminga
Guess
did,
what?
But this too,
You
the
live by the
call here,
sword, you die
you
by
die
the sword.
by the sword. Yep. Yep.
That's
You
it.
die by the sword. 100%.
That's it. man.
100%.
That's
I
it.
didn't think
Yeah,
we'd
and that's what I
revisit
mean,
this
like,
game again.
It's Steph.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
I need that meme right
I'm like,
He's like, I don't know what even happened.
there.
I
And
don't
by the
get
way,
it.
can we talk about Steve Kerr? Because his coaching, we talk about Darko.
Bad coach.
This man has been coasting on Steph Curry and Klay Thompson's wings for the last 10
And
years.
Draymond.
And Draymond for the last 10 years. He has not coached a proper game like ever. I've never not seen him make one smart coaching move where I'm like, oh, that was genius right there. Like, no. He's
Okay.
terrible.
If you want to talk about terrible coaching, I'm sorry. This last play of the game, like, bro, Padinsky couldn't score this whole
The foul?
game.
Oh, after the foul.
oh,
Yeah,
the give
this-
back. The give back.
Like, are you serious?
Pass and the give it back.
What are you doing? Why is Padinsky even inbounding the ball here? Why is he even on the court? If you're gonna run that play, why wouldn't you run it with what's his name?
By the way, that's 5 seconds right there. That's
Yeah.
5 seconds.
Like what is this?
Way too
And
long.
I'm not told.
So you're telling me he had the clipboard for the entire timeout and that's what he came up with?
Like, look at this. He got Steph.
You had Buddy Hield right there on the turn. Oh man.
Bro, Steph was single coverage though. Too.
I'm telling you, man, Steve Kerr is gonna have to pay for his sins, bro.
And
You won a few
aren't they only
championships,
down
but-
one at this point?
Yeah.
Yeah, because he
Yeah.
he had 2 free throws. Yeah.
So why are all shooters in?
And why are we shooting
Why you didn't
threes?
shoot
Damn it!
three?
Shamar comes in with the wild final crazy
Oh man.
right.
Why are we shooting
He wins
threes?
this one. Anyways, guys, I really love talking with you guys. It's the longest pod ever I've ever done.
Help me up.
Keep going,
Help me
man.
up.
I'm ready. You can
I
keep going. You
appreciate you
talk
My
guys.
wife is upset.
Oh man, sorry.
Tell her I love her, yo. Tell her I love her. Tell her Andre
Alright,
says
Hey,
he loves you, yo.
Chels,
we're talking hoops.
Chels, is that your
Yeah, please.
IG? Is that your IG?
Yeah, that's my IG, man. Hit me up.
I'll
Heads
hit you
up,
up.
yo.
I'll send you one.
Yeah, man.
Um,
I need one. I need a bigger one too, man. So I can put right here.
Yeah,
so
man, I got you.
let me just try to
I
end.
appreciate that.
Let me end this pod. So, guys, thank you everyone that kind of sat with us for 2 hours. We have to split this in two or something, but
Nah, man.
thank
They're
you.
gonna watch it, man. They're
They're
gonna
gonna
watch it.
watch it. All right,
Yeah,
let's do it.
don't split it.
Guys, please follow Shamar. Thank you for joining us. Please reach out and support the small businesses here in Toronto.
Yeah, shout out your page, bro. Shout out your
Yeah,
stuff, man.
yeah, go ahead, Shamar.
At Shamar Marshall Designs on Instagram, on Facebook, the best looting
Yeah.
boards around, you know it.
Sick
Big
little.
ones, small ones, custom ones, 3D prints, anything you need. Number one Raptor fan right here. Let's go.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
sir.
and then we got regular Shells, the
Yes.
host of the No Podcast. Sorry, the No Service podcast. We just did a hour. What was it? Hour and a half log
Hour 40.
podcast.
Yeah.
You got to be editing that. So shout out to him. Follow him on Twitter.
Keep it up.
I'm sorry, yeah, Twitter and or X and
IG.
IG.
Yeah,
And then guys, like, comment, subscribe.
Share, yes.
If you disagree with me, anything, like, tell me what you think we
Let us
could do to
know.
fix the NBA.
No.
Like,
You should put a graphic up. Was that a bad shot for Steph Curry?
Yeah. Pull that.
Yeah, pull it.
Okay, I'll pull it. Was that a bad shot from
Pull
Steph
that.
Curry? And then obviously our Raptors. Anyone have any more comments about our Raptors as we continue to fight?
When are we going to see you next, Mr. Lindo? When are we going to see you next?
Next time, I don't know. I'm thinking next week I might get in Raptors 905 guy to kind of talk about the Raptors 905 and how they're doing, because I want to hear more about Shamshi. He's one of the more intriguing rookies that we drafted. And then if we do another weekly one, if you want to join Shamar, just let me know.
Yeah, man.
But this was really great, guys, and thank you so much, everybody out there. See you later.
Peace.
Take care.
Peace.
Peace. Gone a bit.
Okay.